The area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Welcome back to our pregame show on Q102. Now we're talking with Kirsten Noska, Harris Lake Park girls basketball coach. Coach, thank you very much for your time today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, Coach, you're finally home again tonight in Lake Park after a long road trip last week. The girls look like they put up a good fight against some tough teams in West Bend Mallard and West Sioux. Just take us through last week's games.
Well, really, especially with West Bend and West Sioux, just some of our offenses are starting to come together, cleaning up little things with our press break. And just kind of, again, it's been about that confidence with a lot of these young ladies this season. Again, many are playing up a level than they normally would just with our numbers, but it's been giving them opportunity, and just getting more physical.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and talk about that young team again. You got a healthy mix of some upper and underclassmen up throughout the roster. Who in your eyes has been stepping up for the Wolves this year?
I would definitely say Tessa Gunderson has stepped in, especially with Ava Rashi being out the last 6 weeks. She's kind of taken over as point, and she goes hard to the rim. She plays a very disciplined defense. So does Zella Ingham. She's taken over as kind of our leading scorer this season, and she always battles the biggest, baddest posts that we have to play. So she has been working well every game as well. And freshman Peyton Reimers, who's been getting a lot of time in, she's got a promising future. Just fixing the little mental mistakes with someone as young as a freshman being a starter.
Well, without a doubt there, and tough to have Ava Rashi out of the lineup as well. And it's been about a week now since your last matchup, so plenty of time to work on things with the team before tonight's matchup against Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, a team that you're pretty familiar with. What's the game plan tonight for the Hawks?
So we actually, we do get Ava Rashi back tonight. She's been cleared to play. So that'll be fun to have her just for this last week of our season. So we definitely expect some intensity out of her, just figuring our tempo. They're going to press us as they always do, and just being more confident with our press and when we give it back to them, and just getting through our offensive sets and taking good scoring opportunities.
Well, fantastic. Sounds like a plan, Coach. And, hey, looking ahead to Thursday, we'll be back with you again for the first round of the postseason against George Little Rock. How are you preparing for a quick turnaround against the Mustangs later this week?
We're really kind of preparing, I guess, for two kind of the same games in a sense, if you will, just kind of matchup-wise, and just with us getting pressed, just working on our press break and some of that man-to-man defense, just wanting to close out the season hard and just get more physical with those rebounds. That's something we've been really working on this whole season, and just having a good last week of the season, just closing out on a good note so we can start next year even stronger.
Well, hey, that sounds like a plan, Coach. We're very excited to be with you in the broadcast booth for tonight between Harris Lake Park and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. We've been talking with girls basketball coach of the Wolves, Kirsten Noska. Coach, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck in the game tonight.
Thank you very much.
We've heard it all. I could have swore the light was green, the deer came out of nowhere, my son thought the narrow pedal was the brake. But the reason you need auto body repair doesn't matter to us. What matters is we make your car like new, and the process is easy for you. This is Casey, Collision Center Manager at Okoboji Motor Company. We bring over 45 years of experience in our department, offer free loaner vehicles, free estimates, work with all insurance companies, and handle all the paperwork. When life happens and you need collision repair, know that you can count on us, the Collision Center at Okoboji Motor Company.
Our pregame show is sponsored by Lakes Regional Healthcare. Joining us, HMS girls head basketball coach Lester Tessum. Coach, as always, thanks for your time.
Well, thanks for having us on.
Well, let's talk about some recent contests, and you've had a healthy stretch here recently where you've had several ranked opponents on your schedule, including Unity Christian, who's top-ranked 3A squad, and you got the top-ranked squad, a ranked squad out of 1A with MMCRU, and a ranked squad out of 2A with Sibley Cheaton, and a pretty good Akron Westfield squad, but it looks like your team has been competing against some of these good teams recently.
Yeah, we tend to work hard on defense and try to keep ourselves in the game. On the offensive end, the ball, it doesn't always go in the hoop for us, but the girls really work hard. I've been very happy with their effort and their attitude on the floor.
But for the most part, even on the offensive side, you put 51 up against a ranked Sibley Cheaton team, and you got 44 on the board against MMC, and those are not easy teams to necessarily score against, and that was probably at or above your season average, so that's at least a good sign.
Yeah, our girls aren't afraid to try to shoot the ball, and we are a pretty good offensive rebounding team, so if we miss, we tend to get an extra shot up there, which helps us. We were happy with the effort we had in several of those games and the amount of scoring we did.
Let's talk a little bit about your opponent for this evening. You've got Harris Lake Park again, school you're obviously very familiar with. Both schools pretty close to each other, and HLP is still, a really young squad kind of learning things. But let's think back to that first time around. You got a really nice win against HLP right after that Christmas break. And, thinking back to that game, what were some of the positives that you took out of that game the first time around?
I thought our half-court defense was really good. We did do some three-quarter court press on them, and got a few turnovers that way too. But I thought our half-court defense against them was very solid.
Talk a little bit about the things that you've been working on as a team here as you're getting towards that tournament time, because you're just a couple days away, which is really hard to believe.
Yeah, the season kind of gets by really quickly. But for us, we continue to work on our ability to break the press. We work fundamentals every day, whether it be ball handling or passing. And those have to keep coming along for us, be able to handle pressure, to be able to handle the ball on the dribble, just to get an opportunity on the offensive end to have a shot.
Tell me your keys for tonight's contest against HLP.
I think for us, if HLP comes out and presses us, we need to stay patient and not get excited with the ball. And then I think for us, success would be good ball movement and then playing a real solid defensive game.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time. Any final thoughts before I let you go on this one?
Well, HLP is a young squad, but I think they've been coming together as the season goes along. And so I think they will come out and be competitive, and we need to be ready for that.
Thank you so much, Coach. Always appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight and with the tournament game on Thursday as well.
Thanks for having us.
HMS head girls basketball coach Lester Tessum on the pregame show from Lakes Regional Healthcare. More coming up on Q102.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Welcome back here to Lake Park. We're getting set for Harris Lake Park and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn girls and boys War Eagle Conference basketball tonight. With Mitch Kieran, I'm Jason Jacobs, Kenny Burrow, our studio engineer, and all of our outstanding sports sponsors. And Mitch, let's roll through our starters for tonight between Harris Lake Park and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. We'll begin with the visiting Hawks under Coach Lester Tessum. 4-16, 2-7 in War Eagle Conference play, and based on that number, I know that this is a War Eagle Conference game because you play 10 conference games in the War Eagle, and so there's 11 teams, and so it all makes sense. So we'll see tonight if these teams can pick up another conference win, which one does. For HMS, they'll go with a 5'7 sophomore, number 4, Elise Hawk, a 5'10 junior, number 10, Jasmine Lux, also a 5'5 senior, number 14, Taya Mason, a 5'9 junior, number 15, Lydia Harters, and a 5'9 senior, number 21, Darby Massbergen. For the Wolves, under Coach Kirsten Naska, still looking for that first win of the season at 0-19, 0-9 in War Eagle play. They'll go with a 5'6 freshman, number 12, Peyton Reimers, a 5'5 junior, number 24, Tessa Gunderson, 5'9 junior, number 32, Zella Ingham, a 5'3 senior, number 34, Emma Seidels, and a 5'9 sophomore, number 54, Allison Wallace. And there you go. Let's take a timeout for the national anthem, and we'll come back with the tip-off of our girls' game between HLP and HMS. A 2-minute break on Q102.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
What does it mean to be on a team? It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
Tip-off at 6:02, and HMS will control the tip. And it's Lydia Harders at the wing for the Hawks, and they'll go down underneath off the glass. Oh, what a nice little hop for Jasmine Lux that one took.
And just a nice feed inside to one of the tallest players on HMS, Jasmine Lux, and I think that's what HMS just wants to do exactly, just get off to a nice start offensively, get a little comfortable, and then they can just continue to play aggressively on defense. Already that one being slapped out of bounds.
Yeah, you're going to see HMS put a lot of pressure. They put a lot of pressure no matter who they're playing. But I would assume that will be a key for them again here. And, yeah, that has been, one of the issues Harris Lake Park has had to work through, had to grow through. They've definitely made improvements as they go to Tessa Gunderson. Now around to Emma Seidels. Bounce pass to the elbow to Ingham. Driving the baseline, Reimers. And shot up. It's no good, out of bounds, and it'll be HMS basketball. 2-0 Hawks, 7:11 to play here. First quarter of our girls matchup in War Eagle Conference basketball tonight. We're on Q102 and the video stream at ExplorerKaboji.com as HLP gets a steal there. Allison Wallace steps in front of a pass, and the Wolves get HMS into their first turnover of the ballgame. And HMS can be turnover prone as well in the games, and now we're going to have a foul here as a little too aggressive by Taya Mason.
Well, that time I think it was just Allison Wallace doing a good job sitting back in the post. As you can anticipate, HMS, they're going to try to penetrate all night long, trying to get those close shots underneath. And that time, just good anticipation. Almost that one in the back court.
Stolen away. Shot up, no good for Harders. It'll go out of bounds. Well, Lydia Harders is a junior for HMS, and she has really come a long ways in the last 2 seasons. She is really the catalyst of them trying to get that, that transition game going, get those steals. Here's a 3 attempt for Mason off the front of the rim, and Harris Lake Park corrals the rebound. Peyton Reimers gets it poked away, and it'll be out of bounds.
But that is a pretty good point you do bring up, though, JJ. It looks like between Harders and Mason, just missing that 3 in Lux. A pretty good balanced approach. So, you got 3 reliable scorers and already another turnover for HLP.
And that time it's Darby Masbergen who will lay it in on the other end. 4-0 HMS, 6:20 to play first quarter. So the Hawks 2 for 4 here early shooting. Now the Wolves will try to get things set up. Gunderson at the wing. Up top, Reimers dribbles inside. Good decision. Now dishes it out. Open attempt for Gunderson. Won't go. Good look. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. They'll get another look at it here. Seidels at the wing. Defense, that's the thing about it. They're going to collapse quickly, but HMS a little too aggressive again. And here again, it's going to be a foul on Taya Mason. And that's at times can be an issue for HMS as they get into a little bit of foul trouble with that. But Harris Lake Park getting another opportunity here to the wing, to Reimers. Now they try to throw it down inside, and that time it's stolen away. Almost, actually, it is stolen away by Elise Hawk. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Harris Lake Park. They're going to set up a little press themselves. And HMS will break it. They'll find Lux ahead to Hawk, and she'll lay it in. That's how you break a press right there. 6-0 HMS, 5:30 to go in the first quarter of our girls matchup.
And that was just a series of quick passes for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. That's just a very nice setup, leading them right to the hoop.
Great drive there by Emma Seidels. Can't get the bunny to go underneath, but good look there. HMS coming back with it the other way. Harders will draw contact. She's going to go to the line to shoot some free throws here momentarily. And the foul for the Wolves will go on, I believe, Tessa Gunderson. And that'll be the first team foul. Don't check that. It's going to be Zella Ingham. Free throw is good for Lydia Harders. HMS has had a rather difficult schedule here as of late. We'll talk a little more about that throughout the ballgame. Second free throw, good for Harders as well. Harders on the season was just a 48% free throw shooter, but makes both of those. It's 8-0 Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And another steal. Who is it? Harders. Can she make the layup this time? No, missed the bunny. But the putback, Taya Mason was right there to put it in. And now a timeout by Harris Lake Park as it's 10-0 Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 4:55 to go here first quarter. We're going to keep things right here. Going back to my point there, Mitch, HMS has lost, I don't know how many. It's been a long time. They haven't won, actually, since January 12th. But you look in that stretch, they've had MMCRU twice. They've had Unity Christian, who's a highly ranked 3A team. Sibley O'Cheaton's ranked in 2A. Akron Westfield's having a good season. Boyden Hall is a very competitive, great defensive team. Galen Catholic's having a good year as well. So the stretch has not exactly been easy. They've competed in most of their games, but just kind of a difficult, set of games here recently. And as you mentioned, Harris Lake Park, they know about Unity Christian. They saw them last week. The Unity squad is really good. And a West Sioux team that's pretty solid as well. Here are the Wolves. Go ahead.
Well, as you mentioned, JJ, as Harris Lake Park drives, there's their first bucket. Allison Wallace in great position, and that's something HLP's going to have to focus on all night long. But for the Hawks, actually, I'll get more onto that later. We got a lot of action happening.
Yeah, Lux misses it, but HMS gets the rebound, and it's Hawk, and then the ball is going to go out of bounds. It'll be last touch by Lux, so HMS will turn it over. Going back to your previous point there.
Well, you could easily look at the team's record, and not hard to see it correlates with a tough schedule, but Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, they were off to getting a nice 10-0 run to start things off here before turning it over. So nice to see them starting to make some of those adjustments, and when you do play some of those tougher teams, you're going to pick up some things. You're going to either win or learn, and I think this is an HMS team that's looking to show just how far they've come after that tough stretch.
I think they've definitely learned. It's good to see Ava Rashi on the floor here for Harris Lake Park. Here's a three attempt that doesn't go for the Hawks. Rebound goes to Wallace for HLP. Ava Rashi has not played in a long stretch here for Harris Lake Park. We're glad to see she was cleared to play here tonight, but does get this one picked away, and now HMS Harders into the front court will lay it in.
And on the flip side, you see HLP. They've gotten a couple good looks already. We see Gunderson just missing a three-pointer not too long ago. Wallace making that first bucket just a handful of moments ago. But got to find a way to limit those turnovers. And already Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, you can see they're being aggressive, foot on the gas pedal, just trying to get their hand on the ball and just slap it away. But just got to find a way to get in a groove if you're Harris Lake Park. And hopefully Rashi back in that lineup will be a good difference maker in just keeping them within this one.
12-2 HMS, 3:28 to go first quarter. HMS will bring new players into the game. Emily Mutombo is into the game for the first time tonight. And we also saw Emily Otto into the game as well. Wolves go to Rashi here, top of the key. And she'll dish it over to Wallace. Long two, no good. Rebound will go to Lux for HMS. Quick outlet to Mutombo into the front court. Finds Harders at the wing. Harders to Lux, back out to Mutombo. Now here's Harders. 3 attempt is no good. Rebound will go out of bounds. And, it'll actually be HMS ball. I think Rashi thought it was out of bounds already and then ended up touching it. So HMS will get another opportunity here. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Here's Harders. Inside to Lux. And spin move, shot up, no, but Otto just about got a rebound. Good effort there. It'll be out of bounds, and it'll be Harris Lake Park basketball. And actually, no, they're going to say HLP touches it last. Okay. So Mutombo inbounds to Harders. She'll drive left side in the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Just about lost the handle on it. Wallace up ahead, does find Ingham. Now they'll kick it back around. Reimers for 3, no good. And HMS will end up with a loose ball rebound. Lux wants to run with it. Lux layup is good on the other end. 14-2 HMS, 2:25 to go, first quarter of our girls matchup. Gunderson crosses the timeline. Spin move, now up top to Delaney DeBoom, who's into the game. They lose the handle on it. HMS comes away with it. Harders coming back the other way. Tough shot in the lane. No, they're going to say offensive foul.
Going up and getting charged, Lydia Harders, and that's overall just a good defensive play.
Yeah.
Delaney DeBoom just getting back in position on defense and doing a good job taking that charge. Just a great defensive play. Got a tip cap to that one.
2:05 to go here in the first quarter. 14-2 HMS. Wolves with the basketball. They'll go right wing Gunderson. Now to the free throw line. Ingham drives right side of the lane. Shot won't go, but she's fouled. Free throws coming up. Getting to the line more often. That's got to be one of the keys, I think, for Harris Lake Park moving forward. You know, yes, I think they've had to spend appropriately a lot of time just making sure they get the ball, across that timeline. But when you get into that half court, be aggressive. Attack, and that was a nice job by Zella Ingham, who makes her first free throw of the evening.
And these trips to the line will add up too. You got to give what this tough HMS defense is going to give you tonight. It's sure they'll trade out some fouls, but ultimately they're going to try to cause those headaches. Just trying to turn the ball over.
Ingham makes both free throws, and free throws has not been an area where Harris Lake Park has been probably real pleased with their not only amount of times they get to the line as HMS throws it away, but the percentage they've converted. But she gets both of them there. Just about another steal there for Lux using that length. And HMS, they have good length on the floor. Wolves get it into the front court, and we're going to have a foul here. I think they're going to get Otto with a blocking foul. Emily Otto, the 5'9 junior, picks up number 2. And a timeout here by Coach Lester Tessum. A quick timeout. We're going to keep it here. 14-4. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads Harris Lake Park. Minute 36 to go here. First quarter of our girls game. Let's talk sports schedule tonight. Western Christian at Spirit Lake on KUOO this evening. Also, we've got ELC at Spencer. That'll be a good matchup, especially on the girls' end of things. Sioux Center's at Okoboji. We've got Sibley Cheaton at West Lyon. That could be a really good girls' matchup as well. Newell Fonda at Sioux Central. West Bend Mallard at Storm Lake St. Mary's. Manson Northwest Webster's at Pocahontas area this evening as well. Also, North Union in a boys-only matchup at GTRA. And let's see. I think that covers our schedule. Oh, we should talk wrestling. Spirit Lake Park Wrestling is at the 2A regional team duels tonight. And that's going to be down at Sergeant Bluff. And SLP is going to get Central Lyon in the first round. And then Sergeant Bluff awaits the winner.
Some good matchups down the stretch here.
Yes. Really good matchups with tournament play starting on Thursday. We'll talk more about that at halftime for these 1A girls as the ball is lost by HLP at a bounds turnover. And yes, the turnover bug, it is an issue for HLP. They've got 8 here in this first quarter with a minute 27 yet to go. HMS with 4, though. They will break the press there. Otto, and then miscommunication there. Threw it behind Lux. And there's turnover number 5. It's a busy week on the family of stations. Check the full sports schedule out at explorecabogie.com. We'll have HLP on KUOO at George Little Rock on Thursday as the Wolves throw it away. HMS will be at West Bend Mallard Thursday here on Q102. Of course, we're video streaming tonight at explorecabogie.com if you're just joining us. HMS tries to break the press. HLP ready for it that time around, but then travels. The back-to-back turnover bug.
You know, for Harris Lake Park, they're doing a good job defensively, at least starting to put some pressure on Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Hard to believe they got off to a 10-0 start after the way the Wolves have started to kick it into high gear on the backcourt here, but the Hawks looking to turn the tide. Nice three-point shot, just doesn't go for Darby Masterbergen.
Still a 10-point lead, 48 seconds to go here in the quarter. Reimers goes to the wing and then throws it right into the hands of HMS, and it's Hawk. She'll get it poked away out of bounds, but good defensive effort by Elise Hawk. And it's one of those things where, you know, as a young team, you sometimes anticipate, or you'll show that anticipation with your pass, and you don't want to, you don't want to give the defense the idea of where you're going to be sending that pass to. Mm-hmm. And good job there by HLP. Rashi knocks that out of bounds. Yeah, Rashi's first game back out of an injury. Maybe not 100% from what we can tell so far, but definitely giving it her all out there. And I know HLP's happy to see her back. Now we got balls tipped around here, and then a foul will be called. I believe it'll be on Emily Otto. And will that be 3 on her, maybe? Yes. HMS with 16 fouls already, 2 for Harris Lake Park. Rashi with it here. Will hand it off to Ingham. Drives the baseline. Tough shot. Won't go, but free throw's coming up. And the foul will go on Darby Masterbergen, her first. Team foul number 7 already. So HLP will shoot free throws the rest of the way here in the first quarter. And Zella Ingham is now 3 for 3 at the line to start the ball game, and that's a good start for HLP that way at least. Cuts that lead to 9. Gets another free throw here in a moment. And got it to go. All right. 14-6. HMS, 22 seconds to go here. Wolves press is definitely getting the Hawks a little bit out of sorts, and then ball will be knocked out of bounds. HLP bumps it out of bounds. HMS will have Masterbergen inbound here. Bounce pass into Otto. Can't quite keep the handle on it. Wolves will come away with the rebound. Don't jump ball is what they'll call possession error. Will favor HLP, though, so it'll be a turnover on HMS.
Well, feels like as this quarter has carried on, Harris Lake Park, their defense starting to pick up. They're just doing a good job getting back on defense, jumping in those passing lanes, and taking away a lot of opportunities from HMS.
Rashi, 3 seconds, travels with it. Yep, just took that extra step, was trying to find somebody there. 2.4 seconds to go here in the quarter, and Hawk will just toss it up. Heave-ho, that's the end of the first quarter. HMS leads HLP 14-6 after 1. Second quarter in a minute on Q102 and the video stream at explorecabogie.com.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
A smile reflects your personality, self-confidence, joy, and is the first thing people notice when they see you. Trust the professionals at Van Hofwagen and Munter Family Dentistry to improve and maintain your dental health. Call them at 728-2230 or go to SpencerDentist.com. Van Hofwagen and Munter Family Dentistry in Hartley and Spencer, proud to support our local athletes.
Smellick Law Office in Hartley is proud to stand behind the Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn athletes and students. Smellick Law Office will stand behind you as well. Smellick Law Office in Hartley. Go Hawks!
We start the second quarter with HMS leading HLP 14-6, and the Hawks will step on the out-of-bounds line to start the quarter. And that'll actually be turnover number 8 on HMS here in the first half. HLP, Rashi with it. Goes into the corner. Here's a 3. Won't go for Reimers. That would have been big. HMS with the rebound as the Hawks will bring Harders back into the ballgame. Now Mason, who returns to the game, misses a 3, and she's going to get drawn for her 3rd foul here in the first half. And she's going to check out, and Emily Mutombo will check back in here momentarily for HMS.
Well, the three-point shot so far hasn't fallen for Harris Lake Park, but you can't let that discourage you too much from just pulling the trigger on a lot of those perimeter shots, as they're having trouble penetrating so far. So if you miss it, just got to flush the brick and get back on defense like the way they've been doing down the stretch of that first quarter, and that's been doing a good job turning the pressure around right back on Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn.
Emma Seidel shot the 1-and-1. She would miss that, but it would be a jump ball on the rebound, and the possession arrow does favor HLP, so they'll get another opportunity here, trailing 14-6, 7:31 to go here in this first half, and we're going to have jump ball called, and now HMS will get it back. That time Harder's got a hand in there, and HMS a little short-handed tonight. Olivia Groder's a normal starter, not out there for the Hawks. Don't really know why, and perhaps an injury or the other word that we don't want to have to say, but either way, you know, that's something they're going to have to play through here this evening, as we got a foul here on Harris Lake Park. Free throws coming up for Lydia Harders. And Harders' first free throw is good. So Harders now 3 for 3 at the line. Allison Wallace picks up her first foul. Team foul number 3 for the Wolves. And second free throw is good. That brings the lead back to 10 for HMS at 16-6. 7:17 to go here in the first half. Here's a free throw line jumper that won't go for HLP. HMS will come away with the rebound. And Massbergen will bring it into the front court, races away from the defense, goes into the corner to Lux. Lux drives the baseline, off the glass, too strong, and a rebound goes to Harris Lake Park. Now loose basketball, Wolves will pick it up, and it'll be Rashi bringing it back the other way. 16-6, 6:48 to go here in the first half. Wolves lose the handle on it. HMS back the other way. It's Harders through the defense, layup, and bun. Count the foul.
Now this might just be a game of conditioning, JJ, as back and forth up the court, you see both these teams just ready to turn it around on defense, and they're just catching them by surprise. Really, they can't get much of a good passing game off so far early in this one, and HMS so quickly, after turning it over, so quick to just flip the script and right back there, just getting back up the court and scoring on a fast break.
Yeah, Harders did a nice job of blowing by the defenders that time around. And did we catch who the foul was on? It was on Rashi, I believe. So Harders' old-fashioned three-point play is good. She is 5 for 5 at the free throw line. Wolves now with 4 team fouls. HMS 8 team fouls, and the lead is 13. Driving baseline are the Wolves. Ball out of bounds. Can't quite hang on to it there. Like the idea by Tessa Gunderson to drive again, but here again, we're going to have maybe a player check in here for the Wolves. They'll bring Delaney DeBoom in for Reimers here. We'll say thanks to a few sponsors, the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake and Lakes Regional Healthcare. And the Wolves anticipate a pass there and come away with the steal, and it's underneath, and layup won't go. Opportunity there, just wouldn't fall for Ingham. Back the other way come the Hawks. And now they bounce pass into nowhere, and it'll be eventually picked up by Massbergen. To Lux, loses the handle on it, now out to Harders. That shot is way short. And who's going to come away with the rebound? It'll be Harris Lake Park ball after it goes out of bounds. Everything's a little out of control at the moment, but HMS does lead 19-6. 6:04 to go here first half. Gunderson just about gets the pocket picked there. Wallace will pick up the loose basketball. They're going to say Mutombo had a hand on it. Now Mason. Or check that DeBoom. And they're going to say double dribble. And she knew it. Sometimes the facial expressions tell the whole story, don't they?
Yeah, it's just a dead giveaway, but
Emma Seidels, you just got to flush it and move on. Emma Seidels will get a breather as they bring Rashi back in. Hawks will go to Massbergen, up ahead to Lux. Now hands it back over to Massbergen. Long two, no. Rebound Lux, and she'll get the layup to go. Jasmine Lux, nice job of cleaning things up on the glass for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 21-6 Hawks. Wallace, skip pass to DeBoom, goes out of bounds. Thank a few more of our sponsors, Raveling Incorporated, Van Hofwegen and Munter Family Dentistry, and Prinz Insurance making the broadcast possible. Hawks will break the press up ahead to Hawk. Now over to Lux. Layup won't go, but she's going to get free throws here in a moment. Good passing from Elise Hawk to Jasmine Lux. And Lux is a little slow to get up, and HMS already a little short-handed underneath the basket with no Olivia Groders tonight. Now has Lux coming up a little slow, and that's not something you want to see. Maybe a knee situation here. Let's go ahead and maybe take a quick break here if we can. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening and watching high school basketball on Q102 and ExploreKaboji.com.
Insurance Agency Incorporated of Hartley is a proud sponsor of the HMS Hawks. Let the team at Trimers Insurance take the worry out of your life. Call Trimers Insurance today at 1-800-865-1761. At your service for over 100 years. Stop by Corn-Fed Cricket for Caribou Coffee, specialty drinks, lemonades, scones, caramel rolls, muffins, and more. They also offer a unique collection of vintage furniture and one-of-a-kind treasures. Open 6:30 to 9:30ish, Tuesday through Friday mornings, Saturdays 9 to 3, and before HMS football games 5:30 to 7. Corn-Fed Cricket, Highway 18 in Hartley.
So Jasmine Lux is being helped to the sideline. Maybe it looks like she twisted something up there, and at least at the moment, she's going to need an ice pack at the bare minimum there. Hopefully she is okay. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads Harris Lake Park 21-6 with 5:12 to go here, first half of our girls' game. I think a few more of our sponsors, United Community Bank, the Hut Bar and Grill, and Wolfpack Pet Spa making our broadcast possible this evening.
Well, granted, you never want to see a leg injury to any player, but that's going to especially hurt if it's going to take Jasmine Lux out of this one. She's already had a few buckets in this one, I think about 6 points, and she's been quite an athletic player underneath for them all year long, and one of their reliable athletes, too.
And she was the player that was fouled. Emily Otto's going to shoot free throws here for HMS. Does miss the first. She came in for Lux. Second one is good, though. So Otto, the 5'9 junior, makes it a 16-point game with 5:10 to go first half. Now Rashi into the front court. Bounce pass to Ingham from the free throw line. The jumper won't go, and a rebound goes to Otto. And she'll hand it off to Massbergen. But HMS a little short-handed, especially with the bigs here this evening. To Harders. Now Mutombo back over to Harders. Drives in. Dishes it out. Hawk from the baseline. Shot up. No. Rebound will go to Harders, though. Another opportunity. Put back, or another shot up. No good. It'll be out of bounds. Last touched by Harris Lake Park. HMS will bring Mason back in. She's got 3 fouls. So Massbergen will get a breather. And what do you think Coach Tessum said to her? Don't foul. 3-pointer on the way is no good. HMS cold shooting from the outside to start the game, but they do lead by 16 with 4:30 to go first half. Rashi goes to DeBoom. Tries to go back down inside. Maybe a little bit of a forced pass. Hawks back the other way. Otto. Now to Mason. Up top Harders. Down to Hawk. Gets around her defender, but can't make the bunny. Now she's wincing in some pain. She'll run back the other way, though. Wolves with it. Here's Rashi. Tries to throw it across court. HMS, well, it was actually the player that is still in pain, and that's Elise Hawk. And I don't know exactly what she did. She did run down the floor, but maybe just kind of...
First of all,
I'm not really sure what happened there.
First of all, what an effort by her just toughing it out, because you see her in the backcourt obviously wincing in pain. Not sure what it is, but Hawk just flies up the court, still gets the turnover, passes it off, and she's like, all right, I need a breather now. HMS, they got to be careful here, though, whether it be with injuries or fouls. They're going to be running out of bodies pretty quick.
Well, and Thursday tournament play starts.
Yeah.
Mason puts it on the floor. Now gives and goes into the game, Ashley Vermeer, and she'll hand it off to Emily Otto, and she'll lay it in. 24-6, HMS, 3:30 to go, first half. Here's Rashi for the Wolves. Bounce pass to the line. Ingham kind of loses the handle on it. HMS will come away with it. Back into the front court. Harders over to Ashley Vermeer. Layup is good for the sophomore who enters the ball game a moment ago for HMS. That'll get Coach Tessam happy. Now Rashi and the Wolves will try to set things up here. Rashi, bounce pass to Wallace. Shot up is short. Rebound to Harders. Into the front court. Shot from the elbow, no. And out of bounds, it will be Harris Lake Park basketball. New players for Harris Lake Park. Natasha Bramer checks in for the first time tonight. And Emma Seidel's back in as well. Wolves will have Peyton Reimers. I believe she just returned to the game as well. She'll bring it up the floor here. Reimers gets it tipped away. Mutombo comes away with it. Mutombo. Shot up, no. Offensive rebound. Put back, though, for Mason is good.
Well, despite the injuries and even the players coming off the bench, they're doing a good job filling those roles. HMS getting on a bit of a nice run here. I want to say that's the past 12 points at least.
Gets another steal here. Harders' layup is good. That's one of the things. HMS has just been racing down the floor after they get the steal, and that is going to prompt the timeout by Coach Kirsten Naska for HLP. 30-6 HMS, 2:13 to play here in the first half. We're back in 30 seconds on Q102 and the video stream at explorekoboji.com.
Down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
30-6. Harris Lake Park trails Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 2:13 to go here, first half of our girls' matchup. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors. Your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee, Heartland Paint, Glass, and Locksmithing, and State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman making tonight's broadcast possible. Halftime show coming up. It's sponsored by our friends at Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. 30-6. HMS with the lead in this one. And another steal, almost. Rashi gets a hold of it. Now they'll go inside. Brooke Nix into the game for the first time. Here's a shot up for Seidels off the front of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back won't go either. Good efforts, though, for Harris Lake Park, and then a travel. Well, you can just see it, Mitch. There are moments where HLP, gets the good ball movement, makes the nice drive to the basket. It's just a matter of getting that next shot to fall.
That's just what it's going to be. You need that one shot here in this second quarter. The longer it goes on, the easier it'll be to press and just to let those mistakes weigh heavier on you. For Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, they're starting to get good separation just about a minute and a half from halftime. The Wolves, they just need a couple here down this last stretch.
Emily Otto will shoot a free throw. That one a little too strong. Otto, nice move to the basket for HMS. And the foul for the Wolves. I did not see who they put on the board there. That one is no good. HLP will come away with the rebound. And Tessa Gunderson will bring it up the floor with 1:30 to go until halftime. To Rashi. Bounce pass to Gunderson to the baseline. Back out to Rashi. Shot fake. Drives into the paint. Bounce pass to Bramer. Bramer, right side of the lane, drives it. Tries to pass it off. It'll be stolen away by HMS in the passing lane. Ashley Vermeer. Up ahead they go to Mason. Long two on the way for Taya Mason. No good. And a rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Gunderson. Minute to go, first half. And for the Wolves, they just need to get something. They have not gotten any points to fall here in the second quarter. Shot up won't go. And a rebound to HMS.
Not
Mason
a bad
will bring
shot
it
by
that way.
Gunderson, just plenty of space.
Good lucks. Just can't quite get them to go.
Yep.
Mutombo shot up, in and out, and then went back down. Emily Mutombo into the scorer's book for the first time tonight. 32-6 HMS, 32 seconds to go until halftime. Seidels. And goes down to Rashi. Can't quite get the handle on it. HMS comes up with a loose basketball. Here's Harders. Who else in the front court? And she'll draw a foul on the other end. Free throws coming up. Harders has done a really good job. Not only just to get that steal, but at times then she just gets ahead of everybody. Foul going to go against Emma Seidels, her first. Free throw out the front of the rim. That time for Lydia Harders, the first time she's actually missed tonight. Masbergen will check back in here, and she'll give Ashley Vermeer a breather. We want to say thanks to United Community Bank, IGL Teleconnect, and Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons for making our broadcast possible. Harders makes the second free throw. 20 seconds to go until halftime. Free throw line. Nix. Shot is up. There's one that finally goes for Emma Seidels.
Yep. Good movement, and Seidels just good position, get close enough, and just got to anticipate it.
Ball knocked out of bounds with 5.4 to go until halftime. HMS will have it in front of the Wolves bench. They'll go into Mutombo here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. She'll drive into the lane. Floater a little too strong, and that'll be the end of the first half. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads Harris Lake Park 33-8 at halftime of our girls matchup. Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout. Is that all right, Mitch? If we do 3, we'll do a 3-minute timeout here on the video stream at explorecabochi.com and here on Q102. And HMS leads HLP 33-8. We'll be back after this.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
What does it mean to be on a team? It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park. Support your local community and independently owned Hartley Hometown Pharmacy. Shopping locally at Hartley Hometown Pharmacy means keeping the money in the community with tax income and supporting the local workforce and suppliers. Hartley Hometown Pharmacy, located at Fiesta Foods in Hartley.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
For the freshest meat selection and best value in the area, head to Fiesta Foods in Hartley.
Welcome into our halftime show from Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads Harris Lake Park in our girls matchup tonight, 33-8. We'll have the boys game a little bit later on. Let's take a look at first half stats for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 12 in the first half for Lydia Harders, 6 for Jasmine Lux, 4 for Taya Mason, 3 for Emily Otto, 2 apiece for Emily Mutombo, Ashley Vermeer, Darby Masbergen, and Elise Hawk. HMS unofficially with 9 turnovers in that first half. After getting 8 basically early into that second quarter, they really calmed that down. Latter half of that second quarter. And HMS, shooting-wise, 33%, not great, but they did get 40 shots off in that first half. That is part of the game plan. They know they aren't necessarily going to shoot a high percentage. The ball doesn't always find the hoop for them. But if they can just get high amounts of shots, some of them are eventually going to fall, and that's what's happened here in the first half.
I think that's just something that we've seen in the past, too, with Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. They don't shoot the best percentage from the field, but you look at the scoreboard right now, and I think they're feeling pretty comfortable with what's been happening with their game plan. Just at times looking to clean it up with moving the basketball and try to limit the fouls, and ultimately, hoping for the best for some of these players. You see them getting banged up a little bit, but for the Hawks, they're doing a good job just playing full court basketball. They're getting pressure defensively. They're picking pockets, jumping in front of passing lanes. And on the flip side, they're just trying to capitalize and finish every offensive play. We're seeing them crashing the boards at times, getting those putbacks. HMS, they're looking pretty solid here. They got themselves a comfortable lead at half, and you just can't look much beyond past that. Just hopefully, Lux can get back into this one. Hopefully not too bad, and another player got banged up.
Elise Hawk, yeah. Well, and one of the things for HMS, they're already a little shorthanded with Groder's not out there tonight, and tournaments start on Thursday. So if you can go into your bench a little ways, give your starters some breathers here because in 2 nights you got to play again. Not necessarily a bad thing.
I think they did a good job holding Harris Lake Park down that second quarter, really getting separation from the Wolves. And I think offensively, they just need to do a better job getting open. As you can see, some of those passes that they're pulling the trigger on a little bit too early, they're telegraphing them, and the Hawks are just eating that alive as they're just jumping in front of those passing lanes too easily at times. And now the Wolves, a little easy to get down on themselves. Just got to flush the bricks, move on, just find a way to get those open shots off and get better opportunities to climb back into this one, make it a closer ball game in the second half.
It was only an 8-point game after the first quarter at 14-6. Now it's a 25-point game, so that kind of tells you it's been a tale of 2 quarters, really. HLP got 4 points in the first half from Zella Ingham, 2 for Emma Seidels, and 2 for Allison Wallace. And their old pesky bug turnovers, I already have them for 25 turnovers in the game, and it's just too many, Mitch. It's just too many ultimately, and they know that, and that's this team. They continue to make improvements. There are still flashes of good things from this young group, but it's just going to take a little more time.
Only a matter of time before they can put it together for that full length of the game too. But you just got to find a way to build on those positives on defense. They're putting pressure on Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, doing a good job just swarming the basketball at times. When they get pressure, they got to capitalize on those mistakes with what the Hawks give right back to them. But Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, again, a full court game, and I think they're winning in that margin, showing great hustle and just head on a swivel and just ultimately seeing where that basketball's at.
You saw, in moments there, when HLP put the full court press on themselves, there is potential for that to develop for them. And, if you're a team that maybe isn't, maybe you don't shoot the best percentage anyway, that's a good way just to increase the amount of chances that you get to the bucket. And so, good things going on there. Let's turn our attention to 1A Region 7. We begin tournament play on Thursday. Both of these teams are in 1A Region 7. The top seed is Marcus, Meriden, Cleghorn, Remsen, Union. They are ranked 6th in 1A. They have a bye in the opening round. They get the winner of HLP and George Little Rock. That's a game we'll have Thursday, 7 o'clock on KUOO. Take note, that'll be on KUOO. Tim Soper will have the call of that one. The other games in the top half of 1A Region 7 include Woodbury Central taking on Siouxland Christian, and on Q102 from West Bend, I'll have West Bend Mallard and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn at 7 o'clock here on Q102 Thursday. Bottom half of the bracket, Storm Lake St. Mary's. Didn't have a program 2 or 3 years ago. Now the number 2 seed. They are having a great season. They just beat a pretty good Emmitsburg team the other night. They get GTRA in the opening round at a home game. Other teams in the bottom half of the bracket, Rennes and St. Mary's hosting Galen Catholic. Westwood hosts Trinity Christian. Whiting hosts Akron Westfield. So there you go. That's 1A Region 7 ball that starts Thursday. 2A teams start on Saturday. 2A Region 7 on Saturday will be Western Christian taking on West Sioux. The winner gets top-seeded Central Lyon. Rock Valley takes on Boynton Hall. That winner gets Sibley Cheaton again the following Tuesday. Emmitsburg and Sioux Central, they got early on the byes. They're going to play the following Tuesday, as will North Union and Pocahontas area. And 3A, there are so many good 3A teams in this area. HLP and HMS know that because they saw one of the number 1 seeds, Unity Christian, not that long ago. Unity Christian is in 3A Region 2. They get Algona Saturday. Humboldt gets Southeast Valley. ELC, great season for the Midgets. They get GHV. ELC is the number 2 seed, by the way, in that region. And Clarion Goldfield Dows gets Forest City. 3A Region 1 has Cherokee as the number 1 seed. 3A Region 6, Okoboji gets West Lyon. You're going to have that game Saturday with Tim Peterson on Q102. We're also going to have Sioux Center Spirit Lake Girls Saturday in 3A Region 6 on KUOO. Tournament time, Mitch.
Yep, something I'm learning, and like you pointed out, plenty of good basketball here in Northwest Iowa. You love to see it.
You love to see it indeed. Thanks again to Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center for sponsoring the halftime show. Maybe we'll talk some girls basketball rankings here later on throughout the broadcast. We should get our final rankings, I believe, on the day Thursday, and we'll also get the 4A and 5A pairings. HLP will throw it into the hands of Emily Otto to start the quarter, and back the other way comes Mutombo for the Hawks. She'll go over to Mason. HMS will start with Otto and Mutombo, along with Harders and Massbergen and Mason this quarter. And Mutombo, nice little give and go, and she'll lay it in. Great pass from Massbergen there.
Well, you see Mutombo just going back out to the three-point line. I think they were going to pass it off there. No, just a quick turnaround. Instead of a kick out, they feed it in perfectly to her, and she drove that lane beautifully.
Wolves get a shot up. Didn't see who got that up. It might have been Wallace. Went off the rim, and it'll be out of bounds. Last touch by HMS. So another opportunity for Harris Lake Park. And they'll inbound here. Gunderson goes into Seidels. Ball up top. Reimers. Reimers will drive into the paint. Tough shot. Won't go. It'll be out of bounds. Last touch by HLP. Like the drive by Peyton Reimers, a freshman, though, for Harris Lake Park. Score is 35-8 in favor of HMS. 7:08 to go here in the third quarter. Mason for the Hawks. Surveys the floor. Bounce pass top of the key. Harders. Harders fakes a pass now over to Massbergen. Long two won't go. Who gets the rebound? It'll be Harris Lake Park. Then HMS gets it back. And we got an injured player for Harris Lake Park. I believe Allison Wallace maybe twisted an ankle here. Oh, man, you do not want to see players go down at any time, but, you know, especially this time of the season, in a little pain there. Let's take a break here. 35-8. HMS leads HLP. Back in 30 seconds on Q102.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and
Allison Wallace being helped to the bench for Harris Lake Park. Wolves trail HMS 35-8 in our War Eagle Conference girls matchup here tonight. We'll have the boys game here in just a bit as well. Wolves with the basketball here. Seidels tries to go into the corner, and who else is there but Lydia Harders? And up ahead to Taya Mason, who will lay it in on the other end. That was a good job of seeing the floor by Harders.
And just keeping it in motion. And We know it's a little bit of a higher stakes when you get it in conference and a matchup just right up the road, but this one's been physical. That's the third player we've seen at least leave the matchup, and there's a nice score for HLP, but
Zella Ingham.
This is just basketball. Let's say wrestling out here.
Yes, it's not football.
No.
I like to see it be a finesse sport myself.
Indeed.
Harders up top to Mutombo. Bounce pass over to Otto. She'll survey the floor. Doesn't pull the trigger there. Now goes to Massbergen. Massbergen's shot is up. Bounces all around. Won't quite go. And the rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Reimers will hand it off to Gunderson. She'll bring it up the floor. Gunderson over to Seidels. Down inside. Nice move by Zella Ingham. She's having a good game for Harris Lake Park tonight. 37-12 HMS. 5:32 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, they moved the basketball very well on that pass possession, so just got to keep building on that. That's 2 straight scores for the Wolves.
HMS will come away with an offensive rebound after a missed 3. It is Massbergen. Now in the paint, shot up off the rim. No. And putting it back, though, is Lydia Harders. Lydia Harders having a good game for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. I believe she has 14 now. Wolves back the other way. Gunderson up top. Seidels for 3. And she'll get the bank to go. Emma Seidels has 5. Now both teams playing nicely together. Here's Mason. Trying to find somebody. We'll put it on the floor. Now back over to Mutombo. Emily tries to go down inside to Otto. It'll get back to Mutombo. Loose basketball. HMS will turn it over. Wolves back the other way. Reimers will get it poked out of bounds by Harders. And did we get a foul here? I think we did. They're going to say Harders got her on the arm. And free throws will come up here for Peyton Reimers, the 5'6 freshman. So they'll say she was in the act of shooting as Rashi checks back in for the Wolves. And good to see Elise Hawk return to the game as well for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Gunderson tries to inbound HMS, and Harders come away with it. Harders into the front court, trying to go against Rashi, and they'll say Rashi got her on the floor. She was going toe-to-toe with her for a minute, and I think she stuck the hand in there, and official says, no. 39-14. HMS leads here in the third quarter. About halfway through. Now they'll go into Mason. Taya surveys the floor. Needs to find somebody. Does find Harders. Tries to go down inside. Maybe force that pass a little bit too much to Lux. Wolves read it nicely. Come away with it. Now they'll go ahead to Reimers. Reimers to Rashi. And HMS will come away with another steal. Massbergen anticipating a pass. Just about loses it herself. Now goes over to Harders. Harders drives in. Shot up from the baseline. No. Rebound. Jump ball they're going to call. Possession arrow will favor HMS. So Elise Hawk will inbound for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 3:54 to go here in the third quarter. Into Harders. Layup, or left-sided layup, I should say, is good. Left-handed layup. Eventually he'll spit it out. 41-14 HMS. Now here's Gunderson. She's having a good game. Skip pass to Reimers. Drives in. Kind of loses the handle on it. Shot up no good. Offensive rebound. Put back no good. Now they're on the floor again. Jump ball's going to be called. And possession error will favor HLP. Little battle there between Zella Ingham and Darby Massbergen. Zella has had a good game as well. She's got 8 points, 8 of the 14 for Harris Lake Park. They try to go to her there. Oh, and HLP makes the mistake. Gunderson gets it tipped back to her by Harders, and she caught it, just out of reflex. But that's a turnover because you're out of bounds if you're the inbounds person. So Mutombo brings it up for HMS. Now goes to Mason. Just about lost it now. Mason will drive inside. Off the glass. Won't go, but free throws coming up.
We're still seeing good hustle from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. They're still playing physical, just up and down the court, and still finding ways to penetrate and get shots from down underneath. Mason that time doing a great job driving the lane. Didn't get the shot to go, but hey, still drew the foul and looking to buy both the points back after she makes the first one.
Natasha Bramer, who just checked in for HLP, draws her first foul. Team foul number 2 this half for the Wolves. That free throw no good. Rebound will go to, they're going to say out of bounds, last touch by Bramer. And it will be HMS ball. Mutombo to inbound. Does find Elise Hawk open. Doesn't shoot an open 3, will instead go back out to Mason. Bounce pass to Mutombo. 3:05 to go here in the quarter. Inside the paint, Masbergen shot up off the glass, won't go. And HLP back the other way. Rashi. Ooh, tries to throw it up ahead, a little too late. I initially liked the thought, but HMS was back and ready by the time they made the actual pass. Harders dribbles with it, now over to Mason. Thinks about a 3. Instead, he'll drive the right side of the lane. Layup won't go. It'll be out of bounds. Last touch by HMS. I wasn't really sure who they were going to call there on that. And so it'll be Rashi bringing it up here for the Wolves. 2:33 to go in the quarter. 42-14 HMS. Reimers, left wing, puts it on the floor. Now bounces it inside to Ingham. Ingham gets away from the defense, off the glass, good. I think HLP has maybe found a player they can go to offensively.
10 of the 16 points, just try to get a good look to Ingham.
Harders will draw a blocking foul. Should be free throws coming up. Hard contact there. And the foul will go on Ava Rashi. That'll be her 3rd.
And you can tell Harders is feeling it there. Just in an awkward stance, just trying to tough it out. But she's been a tough player all game long, showing great hustle and no signs of slowing down. But that time was...
She got bumped pretty good.
Yeah, on a crash course that time.
And this free throw is no good for Harders. We'll say thanks to some more sponsors, the Hut Bar and Grill, Northwest Bank, MHR Insurance, and Smellick Law Office, making our broadcast possible. The free throw is good for Lydia Harders. And she'll check out, and good to see Jasmine Lux return to the game for HMS. She's hobbling a little bit. She's going to try to tough it out here. 2:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wolves with it. Gunderson. Skip past Reimers. Now into the corner. Rashi drives the baseline. Floater won't go. It'll be out of bounds, last touched. I believe Rashi was actually the last one to get a handle on it. Hawk will inbound here for HMS. Wolves will set up in a half-court defense with 1:50 to go, 3rd quarter. 43-16, HMS. Here's Mason with it. Drives into the lane again. Tough shot won't go. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. And a foul on HMS after the rebound. And I believe that's going to go on Mason. And yes, that's 4 on her. Team foul number 2 for the Hawks. 3 fouls for the Wolves this half. Rashi, right side. Kicks it back out. Gunderson, bounce pass to Ingham in the lane. Shot is up and short. It'll be saved by Rashi. Nice save. And Natasha Bramer will lay it in. And that'll get the Wolves faithful happy because that's the sort of thing that they want to see more of. Hawk. Bounce pass inside to Otto. Loses the handle on it, out of bounds. Last touch by who? I believe it will be... What are we going to get here? It'll be HLP ball.
I'll say it might have been Emily Otto making a good effort at it, going for it, crashing into the first row of bleachers herself.
Wolves with it to the free throw line. Bramer travels. Turnovers have still been an issue for HLP, but it's been better here. They've only got 7 here in the second half. They had 25 in the first half, Mitch, and as we mentioned, that's still a big area of concern for them. HMS will go inside to Lux, and she'll lay it in. Nice pass inside, and Jasmine Lux back on the scoreboard for HMS.
Well, again, these two teams know each other very well, and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn in the past few seasons, has had a lot of success just putting that pressure on Harris Lake Park. And you could tell from their defensive schemes, they're a very physical team, and you'd like to see that under Lester Tessum. But Harris Lake Park, they just don't quite have the answers yet. But like you mentioned earlier, we're seeing spurts of good things offensively. We're getting good looks at times. Just got to make it more consistent.
Driving in, here's Gunderson. Defense collapses. Back over to Ingham. She's had the hot hand. That one is no good, and Lux will come away with the rebound for HMS, and she'll come back the other way. Bounce up ahead to Harders. Finds Otto off the glass is good. Good passing by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 47-18 Hawks. 6 seconds to go. Ingham drives the right side of the lane. Tough shot. Won't go. Offensive rebound, though. That won't go either for Reimers, and that's the end of the third quarter. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads HLP 47-18. We will have our fourth quarter in a minute on Q102.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
47-18. It's HMS leading HLP at the end of the third quarter of our girls game. Spirit Lake leads Western Christian 26-25. Good girls game on KUOO at the half. So Hawks in pretty firm control of this one. They'll go inside to Otto. Layup won't go, but she's fouled. Free throws coming up. Another good pass, Elise Hawk, who's had several of those this evening for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And I believe... let's see, I think it's going to be Tessa Gunderson. Nope, check that. They're going to give the foul to Zella Ingham, her second. Free throw no good that time for Emily Otto. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors: Fiesta Foods, Trimers Insurance, Heartland Paint, Glass and Locksmithing, and Corn-Fed Cricket. Free throw no good there for Otto. The rebound will be tracked down by Harris Lake Park. And they'll go up ahead. Ooh, wild pass. Rashi comes away with it. Bounce pass up top to Ingham. Ingham drives the left side of the lane. And the defense collapses, and she's going to draw. It's a jump ball. Good defense by Emily Mutombo. Possession arrow will remain HLP's. They'll go underneath their own basket. It'll be Tessa Gunderson to inbound. Gunderson surveys the floor. Finds Rashi. Bounce pass down inside to Ingham. Gets around the defense, and the layup is good. Yeah, Zella Ingham is, like we said, having a good night for Harris Lake Park. And the Wolves here in the second half, they made 6 shots here in the second half. They only made 2 in that first half. Now HMS to Harders in the paint. The shot is up. It is a little too strong, and the rebound will come away to Rashi. And she will get the ball to Gunderson, and we're going to have a foul on HMS. They're going to get Jasmine Lux with her second.
Good job on Lux, just really turning around, almost keeping it on that half of the court for HMS, but Harris Lake Park luckily drew the foul. And again, got to like what you've seen out of Zella Ingham. 12 points and really just kind of being a playmaker on that offensive side for Harris Lake Park, especially getting some life in the second half.
Rashi tries to toss it into Ingham a little too far underneath the basket. That'll be a turnover. 47-20, HMS leads HLP. 6:57 to go in our girls game as Taya Mason will check back in for HMS, and I believe Massbergen also going to return to the game. And Mason will bring the ball at the floor here. Little give and go, or a little give and go there to Massbergen, and foul on the floor. And the foul will go on Brooke Nix. That'll be her first. Team foul number 5. Hawks will inbound to Lux from the free throw line. No. Massbergen, rebound, none. Put back, no. Wolves, good job of boxing out there. And it'll be out of bounds, and it'll be HLP basketball. Wolves playing much better here in the second half. And they lose the handle on it there. Radio jinx. Up ahead, Mason. Layup is good. Jaya Mason having a good night for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Had some foul issues, but has done a nice job with the transition game. As always, 9 points for her. And a timeout here by Coach Kirsten Naska with 6:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in 30 seconds on Q102.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
49-20, HMS leads HLP. 6:15 to go here in our girls matchup. Boys game coming up a little bit later on. JJ and Mitch with the call here tonight on Q102. Also the video stream at explorekoboji.com. Explore Koboji on Facebook or YouTube. Or if you've got a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick at home, fire up the CF video channel. Our free CF video channel on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. Watch the games for free there. Seidels to inbound for the Wolves. Goes to Rashi. 6:12 to play here in our girls game. Reimers at the wing. Puts it on the floor. Down inside Ingham. Layup is good. Nella Ingham has 14 for Harris Lake Park. New player for HMS, Paige Gerke, into the game for the first time tonight. And they'll go to her here. Shot fake, drives the baseline. Nice move. Shot up, won't go. Rebound. What are we going to have? Jump ball on the rebound. Possession arrow favors HMS. The Hawks will get another look at it here. Thank a few more of our sponsors, like your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee. Also Hartley Hometown Pharmacy and Consumers Lumber Company. Inbound here to Massbergen. Now Mason up top to Lux. Lux will shoot a three off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, putback won't go for Gerke, and HLP will come away with the rebound. Gunderson will bring it up for the Wolves. Loose basketball, Gerke will come away with it. She wants to run with it the other way. Off the glass, in and out, no good. Like the intensity, though. Reimers will bring it up here for the Wolves. To Gunderson. Back to Reimers. Ball tipped. Mason can't quite get the steal. HLP will bring Rashi back in. The Hawks will bring in Otto, Harders, and Mutombo. 5:04 to go here in our girls game. It's 49-22 HMS.
Still got to respect the effort put in by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn with this 27-point lead. You still see them slapping at the passes, trying to get up on fast break scores. Just a full, hard 4 quarters of basketball, and we're starting to see them translate those things that they learned from that tough schedule, and already underneath forcing another turnover.
And back the other way comes HMS. Mason into the front court. Goes over to Harders. Mutombo now. Surveys the floor, now finds Gerke. Back out to Otto. Over to Mason. Puts it on the floor and is going to draw a reach-in foul on Emma Seidels. That'll be team foul number 6 for Harris Lake Park. The Hawks have 4 fouls in the second half. And Mutombo to inbound underneath the HMS basket. Finds Mason, long 2, no. Harders will come away with the rebound. Another shot up, actually 2 more, and it will finally go for Taya Mason on the putback attempt. 51-22 HMS, 4:15 to go. Rashi to the free throw line. Bounce pass out to Gunderson for three. Rolls around the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, no, jump ball on the rebound is what they're going to call. Possession arrow will favor the Wolves. Thank a few more sponsors, Bank Midwest and Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. And Gunderson inbounds. Rassie's shot will go. Ava Rashi into the scorer's books tonight for HLP on her first night back after that long break because of injury. 51-24. Mutombo, who gets the ball tipped away, and HLP comes away with a steal. Ingham up ahead to Rashi. Down inside to Brooke Nix. Can't make the shot underneath. That's where one of those, on film, take that power dribble, young freshman, and lay it in. Jump ball on the rebound. It'll favor HMS.
Yeah, you said it. They were in perfect position for it, but just kind of an awkward shot taken as it was, again, just rushed at time. Harris Lake Park just might be forcing too much, just trying to get a shot off. But like you mentioned, just getting in a better stance, throwing it up off the glass, and that's just ultimately how you close that play out.
Mm-hmm. On the other end, Taya Mason will draw the second foul on Brooke Nix, and she'll shoot free throws, and this one good for Taya Mason. Thank you to Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, State Farm Insurance Agent Scott Troutman making our broadcast possible this evening. Also want to say thanks to Savings Bank of Lake Park, Jaycox Implement, and thank you to the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. Another free throw. Bounces around, no good. Who's going to get the rebound? It'll be Harders. Shot up, won't go. Another rebound here for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And they'll say a travel as Megan Larson comes into the game for the Hawks. Couldn't quite get out of traffic there underneath. Megan Larson and Ashley Vermeer back in for HMS. And let's see, got another new player out there as well. I think that's Abby Otto's out into the game as well. Wolves shot up, won't go for Seidels, and the rebounds. It'll be a jump ball, and the rebound possession arrow favors HLP. New player for the Wolves, Lily Irwin, a 5-foot freshman, checks into the ball game and relieves Emma Seidels, the senior. Emma Seidels is the lone senior on this HLP team. Wolves to inbound, and HMS will come away with it. It's Harders. And then into the front court, they lose a handle on it, but it'll be picked up by Gerke, and Gerke will lay it in. Stuck with it. And the lead is 30 for HMS with 3 minutes to go. Rashi to Reimers. Puts it on the floor, off the glass. No, we're going to have a foul here. I think they're going to get Larson with a blocking foul. And Rashi will shoot some free throws here in a moment for Harris Lake Park. Thanks to C&B Operations for making our broadcast possible. Also Northwest Bank and IGL Teleconnect. And the free throw off the front of the rim for Peyton Reimers, no good. Boys game coming up here in just a bit. We'll recap the girls game when things end here. Second free throw for Peyton Reimers is on the way, and that one is good. And Harders will inbound it here to Otto. Gets it into the front court. Who picks up the dribble and then shuffled the feet a little bit. Again, we'll have HMS girls basketball Thursday at West Bend Mallard in the opening round of Class 1A Region 7 play. And we'll have HLP girls basketball Thursday over on KUOO at 7 as they are at George Little Rock. Driving in here, Reimers. She doesn't make the shot, but free throws coming up as she's fouled. Good drive to the basket.
Well, only a day to turn things around before the postseason. You still got to respect these teams just giving it all. Great effort down the final 2.5 minutes. And for HLP, still seeing some strides. Ultimately moving forward, got to limit those turnovers for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. You don't want to get too banged up, but hey, they're starting to at least translate some of the things they learned from those tougher opponents and applying them here, and they're still playing a very tough game of basketball against the Wolves.
And they're going to say offensive foul on Lydia Harders there. Good job of getting set underneath. It was Ava Rashi. That was one of those 50-50s.
Yeah.
But they said Rashi got set, and HMS charged with the turnover. They'll have 15 turnovers here with 2:33 to go in the game as HMS will bring Mutombo in here. For Harders, that was foul number 3. On the other end, the Wolves in the paint. Shot up, no good. Zella Ingham. Rebound goes to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Gerke wants to run with it and loses the handle on it, and then she will commit the foul. A little too aggressive.
I'll tell you one thing, though, JJ, even though she just checked out, I really got to respect the way Lydia Harders has been playing this game. You called it just a lot of hustle up and down the court, getting in on a lot of plays, whether it be forcing turnovers or crashing the board. 17 points. Tip your cap to a very solid job done tonight.
Free throw coming up for Peyton Reimers. The 1-on-1 free throw is good. Thank you, Lakes Regional Healthcare, Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center, and Bank Midwest for making our broadcast possible. And another free throw coming up for Peyton Reimers. And this one is good. Oh, one of the better games the Wolves have played probably all year. 54-27, HMS with the lead. And a foul here. This time they're going to say Rashi with a reach-in foul, and that should be free throws here for Abby Otto, a freshman for HMS. A 1-and-1 opportunity, as that's the 8th team foul on Harris Lake Park. Otto's free throw, too strong. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Just over 2 to play here in this girls' matchup. Reimers, left side of the lane. They're going to say offensive foul that time. Yeah, she was just a little too out of control that time. And HMS was set. And official says, oh, I got to help you check that in here. Now Mutombo will get it in here to Otto. Well, a lot of young players have seen the floor here tonight for both squads. Mutombo will drive the lane here for HMS. Shot up, no good. Rebound. Who's going to come away with it? Should be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors HMS. Good hustle by Lily Irwin and also Paige Gerke. Ashley Vermeer will inbound here for HMS. Bounce pass into Otto. Out to Mutombo. Calls out the play, now goes to Vermeer. Puts it on the floor. Back over to Mutombo in the lane. Shot is up off the glass. No! Rebound will go to Larson. Foul going to be called. And who's the foul this time on? It's going to be a free throw here for Megan Larson. Foul will be on, I believe, Zella Ingham, her 3rd. She's had a good night for HLP, 14 points. Freshman Megan Larson goes to the line here. And a little too strong off the back iron. Thank you, Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons, Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, and Consumers Lumber Company for making our broadcast possible. Larson with another free throw attempt here. And got that one to go. I didn't see it, but I heard the HMS crowd. I assumed. 50. Sometimes you got to do that. I knew I had you to back me up with the camera, but 55-27 HMS. Minute 24 to go in this one. Here's Reimers with a 3, too strong. Rebound goes to HMS and Gerke. Mutombo will bring it up. A minute 15 to go. Now they'll go to Gerke. Long 2, no good, and a rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Once again, Zella Ingham. Rashi will bring it up the floor. Rashi over to Gunderson. Gunderson puts it on the floor. Back to Rashi. Shoots the shot. Ooh, rolls around the rim. Not a bad look. And rebound. Who's going to get it? It'll be picked up by HMS. Gerke, and then thrown into the hands of Peyton Reimers. Reimers up ahead to Ingham.
Wow.
And Zella lays it in on the other end. Hey, good job by Harris Lake Park.
Good job, Zella, just finishing off that play. Beautiful pass by Reimers, just dialing it up and throwing a strike across the court. You love to see that play.
22 to go in this one. Abby Otto puts it on the floor. Now back to Mutombo. Right side of the lane. Off the glass, good for Emily Mutombo. She has 6 points tonight. 57-29. She's had to play quite a bit tonight due to players being unavailable and injured for HMS. Wolves with 4 seconds. Gunderson for 3. Got it to go. Tessa Gunderson gets into the books as our contest comes to a close. HMS wins the girls' game 57-32. The Hawks up their record to 5-16, 3-7 in War Eagle Conference play. Wolves playing one of their better games as they fall to 0-20, 0-10 in War Eagle Conference play. 3-minute timeout. Post-game show on the way with Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake on Q102 and ExploreKaboji.com.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
Your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is making lives easier, healthier, and happier. Check out Hy-Vee.com and find meal solutions, recipes, your weekly ad, and the latest edition of Seasons. Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is a proud supporter of all students, wishing them a good year academically and athletically.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Savings Bank is proud to be your full-service banking location in Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park, and offer a warm welcome to all individuals, businesses, and farmers. Savings Bank is a proud supporter of our local students and all their activities. Stop by and experience what quality, friendly, and trustworthy hometown banking is all about. Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jeremiah at Heartland Paint, Glass, and Locksmithing. We understand that hard work, dedication, and grit are the values of a successful team, and we stand behind all local students and athletes during this time of adversity. Come discover what we can do for your home or business. Heartland Paint, Glass, and Locksmithing, Highway 71, Spirit Lake.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
A smile reflects your personality, self-confidence, joy, and is the first thing people notice when they see you. Trust the professionals at Van Hofwagen and Munter Family Dentistry to improve and maintain your dental health. Call them at 728-2230 or go to SpencerDentist.com. Van Hofwagen and Munter Family Dentistry in Hartley and Spencer, proud to support our local athletes.
Smellick Law Office in Hartley is proud to stand behind the Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn athletes and students. Smellick Law Office will stand behind you as well. Smellick Law Office in Hartley. Go Hawks!
Welcome into our post-game show from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Final in our girls matchup tonight, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn defeats Harris Lake Park 57-32. It was 14-6 HMS after one. They stretched that to 33-8 at halftime. That was the quarter that made the difference. 47-18 after three, 57-32. The Hawks get the win. They are 5-16, 3-7 in War Eagle Conference play. Led by 12 from Lydia Harders, 6 from Jasmine Lux. Actually, check that. I need to add up my totals tonight for HMS. Harders with, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I knew I forgot something with 16 tonight. Taya Mason finishing with 12, 8 for Jasmine Lux, 2 for Elise Hawk, 2 for Darby Masbergen, 2 for Ashley Vermeer, 4, 5 for Emily Otto tonight, 2 for Paige Gerke, 6 for Emily Mutombo, and Megan Larson with a free throw tonight. Again, unofficially for HMS, they had Just 17 turnovers, which is, I think, quite a bit lower than their average, so they'll be happy with that figure as well tonight. HMS again gets Westman Mallard Thursday in 1A Region 7 opening play, and we'll have that here on Q102 at 7. Harris Lake Park tonight got 16 from Zella Ingham. Good night for her for the Wolves. 5 from Emma Seidels, 2 apiece from Natasha Bramer and Allison Wallace. 3 from Tessa Gunderson, 2 from Ava Rashi, 3 from Peyton Reimers, as the Wolves are still searching for that first win of the season. And again, just way too many turnovers in this one for Harris Lake Park. But we saw good things here in spurts, Mitch, especially in that second half. You know, they put up 24 points in that second half. That's considerably better than what they've been averaging per half this year.
Well, you said it pretty well. 2 big difference makers. HLP just got to find a way to limit those turnovers. Slowly, I think they're getting it there, starting to put pieces together, and they made some good plays offensively in that second half. Zella Ingham doing a great job making those plays offensively for the Wolves. On the flip side, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, I think that's the other big difference maker, just getting out to that comfortable lead, 33-8 at halftime, and then just going from there. They were able to still, I really like the effort they still gave even with that comfortable lead, but Harris Lake Park, they didn't make them, they made them earn it on a lot of those offensive plays. So HMS, they had to do a good job crashing those boards, which I think they did very well. Both these teams, they got some matchups that really could go either way. It's just a matter of if they could build off this one, if the Hawks could get another high, intense, up-tempo game like the way they played tonight. And for the Wolves, just play a little bit more consistently. Once you find those good shots, find a way to build off it, get in a groove, and ultimately just try to limit those turnovers. Find ways to learn and to adapt down the line.
Absolutely, and you know, that's really what it kind of comes down to. You just got to learn from these situations, and I think both teams are learning.
Yep.
I really do.
Oh, without a doubt. 2 young teams, but at least you like to see, got to give it up to Lester Tessum. You know, his team played very aggressive tonight. Harris Lake Park weathered the storm as that game carried on. Just try not to get in a hole so early at times. That way you could be closer in these contests. And once you start to get momentum down the stretch in that second half.
HMS wins our girls game 57-32 thanks to Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake for sponsoring our postgame show. Now let's get into our boys pregame show, which is sponsored by our friends at Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake, online at lakeshealth.org. HMS comes into this one with an 11-9 record. They're 4-5 in War Eagle Conference play. They played last night in non-conference, lost a close one at Sioux Central 69-59. Harris Lake Park saw a good Unity Christian team last week, fell in that one 74-37. And they fell to West Sioux earlier in the week, but had picked up 3 wins prior to that to up their record. They're now 7-11, 3-6 in War Eagle Conference play. So actually they can tie HMS in conference standings tonight if they were to pick up that win. And so big matchup from that front, and both teams again wanting to go into tournament play playing well. We had a chance to catch up with Mark Peterson, the HMS boys coach, Jeff Sohn, the HLP boys coach. We'll hear from the coaches after this on Q102.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Welcome back to the pregame show on Q102, and now on the line we're talking with head coach of the boys basketball team at Harris Lake Park, Jeff Sohn. Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Mitchell.
Oh, hey, no problem there. And you're coming off, let's pick up where we left off from last week, a 74-37 loss to a tough Unity Christian team at home. So take us through that matchup and how the team looked last week.
Well, you know, quite honestly, that Unity team is not a good matchup for us. They're so athletic and quick, and they can defend the ball so well, and we just struggled to even really get shots. You know, at times we were just fortunate to get shots at the basket, especially in the first half. Mm-hmm. You know, they really did a good job of shutting us down in that you know, the first 16 minutes, and then I thought the second half we played quite a bit better. You know, we were a lot more efficient offensively, and we shared the ball a little bit better. Because the first half we were trying to just do too much one-on-one stuff, and they did such a great job of showing help defense. And just creating tough shots for us that we really struggled to score the ball in the first half. And then we did better in the second half, but they're good. I mean, they got some good wins, and they push the ball. They play the way you're supposed to. They get after defensively, and they really push the ball in up-tempo the game. And, they're a solid team. So this is kind of a tough matchup for us.
Yeah, without a doubt. Also, before that game, a loss to West Sioux, 81-59. But before that, you're on a nice stretch of 3 wins in a row against Trinity Christian, Akron Westfield, and West Bend Mallard. And we're coming down the stretch now at the end of the year. On this team so far, we see a handful of guys that have been with the program for years, and a couple of those younger guys stepping up into new roles. Just take us through this year, and what are some things that you think have went well for the Wolves?
Well, we have had some guys step up. I think, Brody Bowles has come along offensively for us, and Tice Gunnarson's really come a long way for us. And defensively, he's a great defender, and offensively, his game's come a long way as the season's progressed. He's only a sophomore, so Tice, I don't think he really wanted to, step on anybody's toes by trying to do too much offensively, but I think the more he asserts himself, the better off we are. And then obviously Bubba's been playing for 4 years, so he's been solid for us. He's been nursing an injury all season, which has been, shooting shoulder deal, which has, kind of been a damper on his season. But, I think things have gone kind of how we expect. Got to do a better job, overall of defensively. I think that's where we're a little bit soft at, and that's really kind of frustrating. It's been frustrating all season. If you look at that first time we played HMS, they really handed it to us. But defensively, we were poor, to be honest. I mean, there's no sugarcoating about it. We were not good, and we got to do a heck of a lot better job tonight if we're going to compete against this, big HMS squad.
Well, indeed, you said it right there. As a tough go around the first time, 69-36, that final score. So defensively, you said some things to work on against the Hawks tonight. What are some other things that are in the game plan for tonight's matchup in Lake Park?
Well, we got to do a better job of attacking the zone. They did go to a 2-3 zone on us. I can't remember if it was towards the end of the first quarter or the start of the second quarter. Not that it matters, but we got to do a better job of attacking their 2-3 zone and not getting too deep because, like I said, they are big. They're big down low, and we get guys down there. And they just kind of manhandle us down there, and so we got to make sure we don't get too deep. Look for kickouts and just do a better job of attacking their zone. And we got to, like I said, we got to do a better job defensively. We got to dig in and get stops, and we cannot give them easy buckets. That's in the games that we've gotten beat soundly this year, like another one that sticks out is the South O'Brien game. Mm-hmm. We just give up way too many easy buckets, and that's something that we got to do a better job of. So hopefully we can limit their easy buckets and also rebound the basketball. I mean, if we can do that, I think we can compete.
All right. Well, hey, we're looking forward to a great matchup tonight between Harris Lake Park and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. We've been talking with head coach of the Harris Lake Park Wolves, Jeff Sohn. Coach, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck in the matchup tonight.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mitchell.
We've heard it all. I could have swore the light was green, the deer came out of nowhere, my son thought the narrow pedal was the brake. But the reason you need auto body repair doesn't matter to us. What matters is we make your car like new, and the process is easy for you. This is Casey, Collision Center Manager at Okoboji Motor Company. We bring over 45 years of experience in our department, offer free loaner vehicles, free estimates, work with all insurance companies, and handle all the paperwork. When life happens and you need collision repair, know that you can count on us, the Collision Center at Okoboji Motor Company.
Our pregame show sponsored by Lakes Regional Healthcare. Joining us, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn boys head basketball coach Mark Peterson. Coach, as always, thanks for your time.
You bet. Thank you, Jason.
Well, Coach, let's talk about some of your recent contests. Last night, you went on the road to Sioux Central, 10-point loss, 69-59. Take me through that one.
Bottom line in that one, we needed to rebound better. We gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. They got some easy second shots. They got to the line significantly more than we did, which was the difference in the game. I think we shot a little bit better percentage from the field than they did, but, giving up that many offensive rebounds and giving up easy shots and sending them to the line as much as we did ended up being the difference in the game. I think it was, I think we had a 3-point lead at the end of the third, went kind of back and forth for the first half of the fourth quarter, and then down the stretch we needed to foul to get the ball back, which in turn made the 10-point margin last night.
Before that one, though, you won 3 in a row last week. You beat Akron Westfield on senior night, and you went and beat a pretty good Sibley-Ocheyedan team on the road and got a win against MMCRU. And take me through some of those games last week and your thoughts on those.
Yeah, anytime you can go 3-0 in a week in the schedule that we've had over the last 3 or 4 weeks, you got to feel good. I don't know. We played 8 games in the last 12 days, I think. Last you know, 12 school days, we played 8 games. So, you know, I imagine our kids are, you know, the legs are a little, you know, got a little dead legs right now, trying to work through that. So hopefully we can bounce back tonight from last night's loss and come home with a victory. We're going to have to play well, though.
Let's talk about your opponent for tonight, Harris Lake Park. You know, the first time you guys played right after that Christmas break, I thought that was one of the best games I've seen your program play in a long, long time. You got a 69-36 win, and it was a great defensive effort, but the offense was just really clicking that night.
Yeah, and we've had several games like that here over the last several weeks where we played really, really well offensively. Now here the last couple of games, we've struggled a little bit from the field, so we just got to continue to be patient, continue to do things right, and continue to share the basketball, and hopefully good things happen.
Talk about your opponent for tonight, Harris Lake Park. You know, this has been a fun series between your squads in the last, I think, 18 games. You know, it's a 10-8 margin. That's a pretty good rivalry between your two schools.
Yeah, Jeff does a great job up there with his kids. They play hard. They play good fundamental basketball. It's always a battle, and it's always a lot of fun, especially going up there. You know, they got a nice facility, being able to play, you know, a quality opponent on the road. You know, it's a challenge, and it's a challenge every night. You know, like I said, Jeff does a great job with his kids. They're fundamentally sound. They play hard, and they play smart. So, you know, you got to go up and play mistake-free basketball to have a chance.
Any final thoughts on this one before I let you go, Coach?
Should be a good one. Looking forward to it.
Well, thanks so much for joining us here on the pregame show. Best of luck. We hope to chat with you afterwards, okay?
All right. Thanks, Jason. Go Hawks.
Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn boys head basketball coach Mark Peterson on the pregame show from Lakes Regional Healthcare. More coming up on Q102 and the video stream at explorekoboji.com.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like...
Getting set for girls and boys basketball tonight, or boys basketball, I should say. Girls game is already complete. HMS won that girls game, by the way, 57-32. Now getting ready for our boys matchup. Thanks to Jeff Sohn for the Wolves, Mark Peterson for the Hawks, for joining us here on our pregame show from Lakes Regional Healthcare, online at lakeshealth.org. And let's go through our starters tonight. For Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, they'll go with a 6'2 sophomore, number 0, Cooper Ebel, 6 foot senior, number 5, Sam Hine, 6'5 senior, number 14, Ben Hawk, 6'5 senior, number 34, Kale Jacobsma, and a 6'4 sophomore, number 45, Lance Behrens. Hawks, coached by Mark Peterson, 11-9, 4-5 in War Eagle Conference play. Now for the home team, the Wolves of Harris Lake Park under Coach Jeff Sohn. They'll go with a 5'10 senior, number 1, Bubba Sohn, a 6 foot senior, number 0, Brody Bowles, 5'9 sophomore, number 3, Tice Gunderson, 6'1 senior, number 10, Jackson Hykins, and a 5'10 senior, number 12, Mason Olson. The Wolves are 7-11, 3-6 in War Eagle Conference play. And there you go. First time these two teams played, HMS got out in front early and held on for a 69-36 victory, but this series is as good as it gets. It's 10-8 in favor of HLP in the last 18 games, and I anticipate we will have a much closer matchup this time around.
Yeah, you said it, Jason. HMS did a great job getting off to such a fast start last time, and they're probably going to be looking to do so again here, but HLP, I think they'll be playing with a little bit of a fire here. They're back at home, and yeah, I just like where this matchup's heading.
I do too. It's always a fun one.
Yep.
It's never dull. Even when they're kind of blowouts, it's never dull. Jackson Hykins taking on Lance Behrens, and Lance Behrens is 6'4", and this HMS team is just tall. As they try to go to Behrens there, they force it a little too much inside. Sam Hine looking for him, but turnover there. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun matchup here tonight. HLP will have Bubba Sohn bring it across the timeline. Brody will look to get things set up. Bounce pass over to Olson. Now they'll go down to Hykins. Back out to Olson. Shot up from the elbow. No. Rebound will go to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Quickly up ahead. Behrens drives the right side of the lane. Layup will go for 6'4 sophomore Lance Behrens. Not many post players like that can move that well.
Especially as a sophomore, too. You see Behrens, he just takes control in the post. I'm very impressed with how he carries himself still as an underclassman.
Wolves will go to Bubba Sohn. Now skip pass, nicely done. Tice Gunderson can't make the bunny, and the rebound will go to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Jacobsma comes away with it. Behrens out to Kale Jacobsma, and Kale Jacobsma, the big fella, drains a three. 5-0 Hawks early. Sohn They'll swing it around. Gunderson into the corner. 3 attempt on the way. Olsen is off the mark. Behrens comes away with the rebound. Wolves cold to start the game, 0 for 3, and they're going to have to find a way to shoot themselves out of that 2-3 zone. On the other end, Sam Hine misses everything on a 3 attempt. That'll go out of bounds. It will be Harris Lake Park basketball.
Well, HLP, they're getting some good quick shots off, but they're eventually just going to have them to fall because HMS, they're looking pretty tenacious out of the gates offensively, and the Wolves, again, they're good looks, quick shots, just you need that one to start to open things up here.
Scoreboard correction, they say Cale Jacobson's foot was on the line, so that was only 2. It's 4-0 HMS. Bubba Stone tries to drive in here. He's going to draw the foul on Cooper Ebel, 6'2 sophomore. That'll be his first.
Yeah, look at the good size for HMS. You see Sohn going up against Ebel, and I think that's like 5'10 going against 6'2.
Yeah.
You look at it up close, and it does look like a bit of a difference.
That's a great drive by Brody Bowles, a 6-foot senior for Harris Lake Park. Gets the Wolves on the board. It's a 4-2 ball game, and ball poked loose, picked up by Ben Hawk, drives in, left side of the lane, or right side of the lane, won't go. And a rebound comes to Harris Lake Park, and Bubba Stone wants to run with it. Gets around, the defense can't make the bunny go, and a rebound to HMS. Hine brings it up. Here's Ebel, drives left side. Good defense by the Wolves. That time it was Gunderson. They'll throw it back out to Hine to reset the offense. Hine to Hawk. Down inside Jacobsma. Can't quite get the handle on it. Turnover, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Wolves back the other way. Sohn to, let's see, that's Mason Olsen. Can't make the shot. Rebound HMS. Trying to go coast to coast is Cooper Ebel. They'll say he won't make the shot, but he draws the foul, and he's a little slow to get up here. Maybe he rolled an ankle for a second there. He's going to be okay. Free throws coming up for Cooper Ebel as Tice Gunderson picks up foul number 1.
Well, for HMS, 3 seniors in that starting 5. You got Lance Behrens, the sophomore, and he was a big impact player a year ago. And now Cooper Ebel, as he makes the first free throw, showing good hustle, good athletic ability, and I think he's stepping up in a very big way as another underclassman in that starting 5.
Yeah, this is a team. Yeah, they got some good senior leadership, but there's also some nice underclassmen that'll be coming back next year too. Ebel makes them both. 6-2 HMS. 5:15 to go here, first quarter. Olsen travels with it, they say. I think he maybe took off before he dribbled, and there will be the first turnover on Harris Lake Park. And the Wolves will bring Jaden Hodgel in for Mason Olsen. So Ebel to Hine, up top Behrens, surveys the floor. Now over to Ben Hawk. Ebel, left side of the lane, layup won't go, fouled, free throws coming up.
Again, Cooper Ebel cutting inside very nice and quickly. Got a good look, but luckily he'll get a chance to buy some of those points back. That one almost a little too close not to get that time.
Yeah, Hykins picks up the foul. Free throw is good for Cooper Ebel. Thanks some of our sponsors, MHR Insurance. Also want to say thanks to the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. Another free throw good for Cooper Ebel. HMS's lead is 6. 4:58 to go in the first quarter. Here's Brody Bowles, puts it on the floor. Now back out to Brody Sohn. Bowles, skip pass over to Gunderson for 3. Got it to go. Nice looking shot by Tice Gunderson.
You like to see another underclassman stepping up too. Tice Gunderson, a wide open shot that time from the corner, and he capitalizes.
And HMS turns it over on the other end. Gunderson picks up the loose ball. Wolves running back the other way. Sohn in the transition, nothing there. Wild shot for Hodgel, won't go. Rebound comes to HMS. Ebel into the front court with it. Now Hawk hands it off to Hine, top of the key, left wing to Ebel. Now they'll go to Behrens. Big guy inside the lane. Can't get the first shot to go. Second attempt won't go either, but he's going to get a couple of free throws here as HLP will be flagged with their 3rd foul. It'll be Jaden Hodgel with his first foul. And so 2 free throws coming up for 6'4" sophomore Lance Behrens. HMS as a team shoots free throws 61% of the time, and Behrens makes the first.
Well, hey, they're looking pretty good at the line to start things off. Barron's picking up his 3rd point there and has a season average of 16 points per game, so he's a presence in the post.
That one is missed out the front of the rim, and it'll be HLP basketball as the ball goes out of bounds. So Heikens will inbound to Sohn. 9-5 HMS, 4:03 to go here, first quarter of our boys game. HMS won the girls game earlier tonight.
Another girls final, Spirit Lake completes a season sweep over Western Christian, 50-43.
That's not something that any team does very often, Mitch. But Western Christian is kind of having a down year.
Well, that and Spirit Lake, their girls team, as the season's carried on, they've been starting to improve pretty nicely.
That is a block out of bounds, as you heard it there for Barons. Driving in was Sohn, and Barons just says, nope, going to knock that thing out of bounds. Actually, it was either Barons or it was Jacobsma, one of the two.
I think that might have been Barons, but
Yeah,
he
it
read
was.
that one all day. Bubba Sohn, such a quick player, doing a good job driving another lane, but again, Barons just had it calculated and just swiped it out of bounds with authority.
Here's Bowles. Over to Gunderson. Back out to Sohn. Well, Bubba knows the speed that this game has to be played if HLP wants to have a chance against these trees, because they definitely have a height disadvantage. And here's Bowles. That's a nice move to the bucket, and Bowles lays it in. He understands as well. And that cuts the lead to 2 at 9-7. And here comes the pressure, and Barons will get it across for HMS, and about loses the handle on it, and does. Wolves want to lay up on the other end, and they're going to get a foul at least, as Sohn will go to the free throw line here. And the foul will go on Lance Barons, his first. Team foul number 2 for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So 2 free throws coming up for Bubba Sohn. 61% free throw shooter makes the first.
Well, I am pretty impressed with how well HLP is keeping their pace of the game up. I know we got plenty of action left in our nightcap, but Bubba Sohn, even after getting blocked, he's just going right back there, drawing the foul. He'll at least buy the first free throw. Won't get the second, but still, HLP, they're showing some mental toughness here, trying to keep it close.
Much better start than the last time they played HMS, as they'll go down inside to Jacobsman. He just uses his height and his size advantage there to lay it in. 11-8 Hawks. Here's Sohn now. Over to Bowles. Gets an open 3 attempt. That won't go. Rebound goes to Hawk for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Up ahead to Ebel. Ebel drives into the lane. Dishes it off. Jacobsma waits for the defense to go up. Gets the shot and the foul. Cale Jacobsma. Nicely done.
Back-to-back plays, I want to say, just great entry passes, and you said it, just using the height to the advantage. Cale Jacobsma, 6'5" frame.
Colton Voss picking up his first foul. So here's Jacobsma, and completes the old-fashioned three-point play. (14-8), HMS gets that lead right back to 6 with 2:20 to go first quarter. It was as close as 9-8 a moment ago. Bowles to Sohn, who thought about a 3, didn't take it. Gunderson, now Bowles. Gunderson to Sohn. Bubba puts it on the floor, back to Bowles. Sohn, 3 attempt this time around will go. I like the patience by Harris Lake Park.
Absolutely doing a good job just working the perimeter that time, waiting for the best possible shot. And Sohn had plenty of space on the left wing that time. Dials one up deep.
Jordan Ortega and Kevin Jacobsma now in for HMS. Here's Ortega. Hawks without DJ Doyle. Again, tonight they're hoping to get him back for tournament play next week. He got injured in a game that we actually saw against South O'Brien earlier this season. A game that HMS won against South O'Brien. The first time they had beaten the Wolverines in a long time. Here's a 3 attempt. Ortega won't go. Rebound will go to HLP, and Sohn wants a foul really badly. And
I think we got maybe a timeout called.
Timeout called. It's a full timeout by Coach Sohn. Maybe just so he could say something more to the official.
Oh, you could see it right there. Sohn was on top of
he
that
has
play.
He was right.
Yeah, what happened, Ortega took a 3. The ball coming back to him for a long board, and he kind of just incidentally, I don't want to say on purpose.
Yeah, it wasn't
at all. Just
made incidental contact.
A collision for sure, though.
14-11, HMS leads HLP. A minute 27 to go here in the first quarter of our boys game. We'll thank a few more sponsors. They include the likes of Lakes Regional Healthcare, Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center, also Bank Midwest, and Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons. 14-11. Wolves trailing the Hawks here in our boys matchup, and it'll be HLP basketball. They've had good patience with the ball here, as we're going to see Mason Brinkman in a moment. Good to see him back in a uniform for HMS. He'd been out for a few weeks earlier this season. Voss to Gunderson, now out to Sohn. Had a look at a deep three, didn't take it. Now picks up the dribble, back over to Gunderson. HMS in a man-to-man now. Gunderson puts it on the floor. Will drive in and gets around his defender. The shot in the lane won't go. HMS with the rebound. Behrens this time around wisely lets the defense go around him. Now he'll drive into the lane, dishes it out Ortega. Up top, Ebel finds Hawk. They'll go back down inside. Behrens spin move. Defense goes up. He waits for him to go around. Can't make the bunny. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Good job of securing the rebound by Colton Voss. And he'll pick up the foul as Behrens reached in. 2 on Lance Behrens. Team foul number 3 for HMS. And here comes Mason Brinkman for the first time tonight, a 6'2 junior. So Sohn will bring it up here for the Wolves. To Bowles. Skip pass to Gunderson. Deep three. No. A little too strong. Rebound will go to Ortega. Jordan wants to go with it. Gets into the front court. Allows the defense to get around him. Now back out to Ebel. To Behrens. Just beyond the free throw line, and Lance drains that too.
Got in good position, and big man shows that he could shoot too.
5-point lead for HMS. 10 seconds to go first quarter. Here's Bowles. Now 6 on the clock. Puts it on the floor. 4 seconds. Gunderson. Skip pass over to Sohn. He'll have to drive the lane amongst the trees. Gets it out. They aren't going to get a shot off in time. That is the end of the first quarter. HMS leads HLP 16-11. Second quarter in a minute on Q102.
To heavy jobs and major projects, turn to the pros at Raveling Incorporated in Melvin. They have powerful hydraulic cranes to give you the lift you need, with cranes from 30 to 300 tons with 320-foot tip height. Raveling also has forklifts, industrial and heavy equipment movers with specialized trailers. Call 712-736-2596 for service in Esterville, Emmitsburg, Algona, Spencer, and Storm Lake areas. Call Rick at 712-209-0190. Raveling Incorporated, serving the area for 41 years, Melvin, Iowa.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the...
Welcome back here to Lake Park. HLP trails Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn 16-11 after the first quarter of our boys matchup. HMS won the girls game earlier tonight. Do hope to chat with both girls coaches here at halftime. Jason Jacobs along with Mitchell Kieran. Thanks to our pal Kenny back in the studios, doing a great job, and we thank all of our outstanding sports sponsors. They include IGL Teleconnect, Northwest Bank, Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, and Consumers Lumber Company. So the Wolves will have Carson Hellinga into the game for the first time tonight. He'll inbound to Sohn to start this second quarter. I also see Mason Olson back into the game. They'll hand it off to him. Over to Heikens. He's returned to the ball game. Hellinga in the corner. Now Heikens back out to Sohn. Drives to the elbow. Dishes it back out. Here's Hellinga. Now Sohn puts it on the floor. Goes against Ebel. Back over to Olson. Tries to split the defense. Wild shot won't go. Rebound secured by HMS and Kevin Jacobsma. Now Ebel drives in. Off the glass. Good. Wow, that was nicely done by Cooper Ebel, and I believe he drew a foul as well.
Well, HMS, they're just capitalizing on some good looks offensively like Ebel just did there, picking up his 6th point. For HLP, they were forced to slow things down there at the start of the second quarter as well as the end of the first quarter. A great stance by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn defensively. Time expires before they could get a shot off, and you can just see the Wolves trying to look for the best possible shots, and past couple possessions, they haven't been able to find it.
Well, Ebel's a 61% free throw shooter, but he's 5 for 5 tonight, and that makes the lead 8 for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn with 7:13 to go until halftime. 19-11 Hawks. Here's Bowles to Tice Gunderson. Yeah, ball movement and the speed of the game has slowed, and that does not necessarily benefit Harris Lake Park. They want to speed this thing up, turn it into a track meet. They find Heikens there, but they lose the handle on it. Back the other way comes Ebel, and Ebel can't make the layup on the other end. Hellinga secures the rebound. Well, I love the steal, but can't complete it on the other end. Now Sohn will try to bounce it on the floor. Ball is loose. HMS comes away with the steal, and then HLP gets it right back. Hellinga to Sohn, and he's fouled. Free throws coming up. Well, there you go. The speed of the ball game. HLP quick pickens it up a little bit. Sohn forcing the foul on HMS. And who was the foul on? It's going to be on Mason Brinkman, his first. So here's one of two for Bubba Sohn, and he misses the first. Thank you to more sponsors: the Hut Bar and Grill, United Community Bank, MHR Insurance. Free throw, no, and the rebound will go to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn.
Yeah, tough trip to the line that time for Sohn, as you can tell they're going to have some tough matchups tonight. Not just a well-sized team, but a well-put-together team for the boys basketball for the HMS Hawks. So you gotta take with what they give you.
Brinkman tried to force that one in, and HLP, they say, steps on the line. Oh, it won't be a turnover. I had marked a turnover down and everything, but they say the Wolves step on the line, and now what do we got here? Wolves are going to check a new player, and they're going to bring Jaden Hodgel back into the game. So Barron's to inbound, and he'll go into Kevin Jacobsma up top. Brinkman now down inside to Barron. Spin move in the paint, off the glass. It's good, and the foul. Wow. Lance Barron's, a very impressive start for him again, and the foul goes against number 10, Jackson Heikens. That's his second, team foul number 6.
Well, hey, Barron's gotten just good enough position just inside the paint. All he needed was a nice spin move, a power move closer to get that one off the glass in tight coverage, and even draw the foul and capitalize on the old-fashioned three-point play.
Largest lead of the game for HMS at 22-11. Here's Sohn. Gunderson up top, Hodgel. Jaden puts it on the floor, bounces it inside. Heikens wasn't quite ready for it there. I think he thought, no, there's no way they're going to go to me with all these trees, but it was a great pass by Hodgel. A little bounce pass inside, but Heikens just couldn't quite hang on to it. Wolves set up the press. HMS back to Barons. Now finds Ebel. Gets it across the timeline. Ebel back to Barons in the paint. Splits the defense, just throws something up, won't get it to go, but an offensive rebound and a putback attempt for Kevin Jacobsma. Doesn't make the layup, but he's fouled. Free throws coming up. And the foul this time around will go on, I believe it was, Sohn. That'll be his first. Jacobsma's free throw is good. Kevin Jacobsma into the scorer's book tonight as Sam Hine and Ben Hawk check back in for HMS.
Bit of a tough foul that time for Sohn, just trying to go for a block, but over the back end.
Yeah,
it might have held Kevin down just a little too much, but
that's just that's one that they're gonna call a lot of times. Misses the second free throw. The lead is 12. On the other end, Sohn is open for three, and don't leave him open. That's the second tray for Brody Sohn. Lead back down to 9 after it was as high as 12. HMS will break the press. Barons try to take it himself, loses the handle on it, and it'll be out of bounds. They're going to say HLP's Colton Voss got a hand on it. Good defense by the Wolves. So Sam Hine, the senior, will inbound for HMS.
Yeah, they got another good look down underneath to Barons, but
Hine open three. And it's not uncommon that he usually cans a bunch of them. In the game against South O'Brien earlier this year, he was unconscious. On the other end, Hodgel. Ooh, a little too strong. Rebound will go to HLP, though. And it's Sohn. Gunderson to Sohn at the wing. Drives into the paint, now kicks it back out. Here's Bowles. He'll go into the paint. Dishes it off. Voss can't get the shot to go. HMS with the block, and they'll come away with the rebound. Now here's a three attempt. Ben Hawk won't go. Jacobsma will be charged with a foul. Yes.
Bowles went up for the rebound. He kind of just crashed into him that time. Might have just been falling over, but good enough for a body foul that time.
Cale Jacobson with the foul that time. 12-point lead again for HMS with 4:35 to go in this first half. Sohn to Gunderson. Now across to Bowles. Here's an open three for Gunderson. Nope, too strong. Rebound will go to HLP. Putback will actually go over the backboard, and it will be HMS basketball. So a couple of attempts there that didn't go. Ebel will bring it up for the Hawks. We're halfway through the second quarter. The lead is 12. Ties the largest of the game for HMS, and they just forced it that time around inside to Behrens, and Sohn was ready for it. Sohn on the other end. Up, shot no good. Rebound goes to Hine. Hine up ahead to an open Hawk. Ben Hawk, layup and one. Great vision by Hine.
Well, for Harris Lake Park, I think they know they got some tough matchups here tonight. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn doing all the right moves. Just a long pass that time, leading Hawks straight into a basket. But offensively, the Wolves eventually, they got to get one of these to fall before they fall into an even deeper hole.
They've had some good looks.
Yeah.
Hawk with an opportunity at an old-fashioned three-point play. Does not complete. Rebound goes to Harris Lake Park. Voss brings it down. Here's Gunderson. Now to Bowles. Over to Sohn. Doesn't shoot the NBA range. Here's Gunderson. Now they'll find Eli Robinson, who's into the game for the first time tonight. Back out to Bowles. Puts it on the floor to the free throw line. Dishes it over to Gunderson. A little bit of a high pass. Does corral it in. Now back out to Bowles. Bowles gets away from the defender in the paint. Nice dish down to Voss, and he'll wait for the defense to go up and lay it in.
Great readjustment that time by Colton Voss. You see him get the pass, might have had a couple bodies in front of him. Just set his feet and put up a great shot off the glass.
Cale Jacobson will miss a three that time around, and the rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Bowles with it in the front court. Just over 3 to go. It's a 12-point lead for HMS. Gunderson into the lane. Dishes it out. Robinson thought about a three. Now finds Sohn in the lane. Waits for the defense to go around. Gets the foul drawn on Cooper Ebel. Got him out of position. Free throws coming up for Bubba Sohn. He could use another chance here at the line, as he's 1 for 4 tonight.
And he'd like these, especially after going 0 for 2 in his last trip.
And that one is good. High school sports courtesy of C&B Operations. Also thanks to Wolfpack Pet Spa and your Spirit Lake IV. Another free throw for Bubba Sohn. Off the front of the rim, HMS will come away with the rebounds. Lead down to 11. Ebel just about loses the handle on it. Jump ball is called. Possession error will favor HMS, but good defense. Sohn and Gunderson forcing that. Hawks will bring Keevan Jacobsma back in, and also Ortega. Behrens inbounds to Jacobsma. Now out to Ebel. Into the corner, Ortega. Back to Ebel. We'll try the other way. Wolves in a 2-3 zone now. Maybe actually playing more or less a box and one on Behrens. Don't blame them for going to the junk defense. Skip pass, Hawk. Bennett drives into that zone, misses the bunny, but they'll get a rebound, but it'll be stepped on the line out of bounds. So turnover there after the missed shot. 11-point lead for HMS, 2:25 to go here until halftime. Sohn will bring it up for the Wolves. HLP has done a much better job here in this one of hanging around. Robinson out for a three from Bowles. Got it to go. Big shot for Brody Bowles.
And he's got some good looks this first half. You like to see that one. Just swings into position on the right wing that time. Buries it from downtown. Now HLP starting to put it together a little bit.
HMS on the other end can't get the shot for Behrens as he drove into that paint again, but he'll go to the line, and the foul will go on Jackson Hykins, and that'll be 3 on him. Yeah, you said it, HLP, if they can just hang around and find some open looks. Now Behrens will shoot 2 free throws here, and that one is no good. Say thanks to a few more of our sponsors. They include the likes of your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee, Corn-Fed Cricket, Heartland Paint, Glass and Locksmithing, and Trimers Insurance. Second free throw coming up for Barons. That one is too strong. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. And Gunderson brings it up. Finds Bowles. Open for three again. Too strong that time around. HMS with the rebound. And Ebel gets it poked out of bounds. And they'll say Ebel is the last one to touch. And turnover number 9 on Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn.
Yeah, there's been a few plays already in this first half. Ebel just getting a little too ahead of himself that time. HLP catching up to him, doing a good job forcing the turnover.
28-20, HMS leads HLP. Minute 45 to go first half. Back in 30 seconds on Q102 and ExploreKaboji.com.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
(28-20), HMS leads Harris Lake Park with a minute 46 to go in the first half of our boys matchup. Fun boys game here tonight at HLP High School out of the War Eagle Conference. With Mitchell Kieran, I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks to Kenny Burrow back in the studios and all of our fantastic sports sponsors who make our broadcast possible, not only on 102.1 KUQQ, but also on the video stream at ExploreKaboji.com.
Wolves gained the turnover before a nice timely timeout taken at a minute and a half to go, and they're just going to try to close the gap here heading into halftime.
Sohn dishes it out. Gunderson for three. Got it to go. Another big three for Harris Lake Park has cut the lead back down to 5. It's been as much as 12. Here's Hawk. Now goes to the free throw line. Barons puts it on the floor in traffic. Back out to Hawk for 3, and he answers. Bennett Hawk with 5 for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 31-23. On the other end, Bowles to the free throw line. Now back out to Gunderson. Gunderson puts it on the floor. Finds Bowles again. Now goes back out to Sohn. They'll reset the offense. 50 seconds to go here. First half. Bounce pass into Voss. Has the position. Can't get the shot to go. I think it was contested by HMS and Barons. Hawks come away with the rebound. Now to Ebel. 35 seconds to go here until halftime. Ebel into the paint and dishes it out. Hawk for an open 3. Won't go. Jacobsma will fight for a rebound. They'll call a jump ball between him and Brody Bowles. Possession error will favor Harris Lake Park. So the Wolves can go for a last shot down by 8. 26.6 seconds to go, and I would be willing to bet that is what Coach Sohn wants Bubba and company to do here. And then he's going to draw a reach-in foul on Cooper Ebel. Thought he had a steal, and that's the 3rd foul on Ebel. And Coach Peterson says that was too easy. And that's going to put Sohn at the line because it's the 7th team foul on HMS. Wolves have 9 fouls in the first half as Brinkman will check in here for Ebel. So a free throw coming up for Bubba Sohn here. It'll be a 1-and-1 with 20.8 on the clock. And got the first one. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors. They include the likes of Van Hofwegen and Munter Family Dentistry, Raveling Incorporated, and Smellick Law Office. Another free throw coming up for Bubba Sohn. And that one rolls around the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Kevin Jacobsma. Barons will hand it off to Brinkman. 14 seconds to go. Ortega drives in, loses the handle on it. Barons picks up a loose ball. He got it stuffed that time around. Ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Nobody could really corral the rebound there. And was that Hellenga? I think maybe they got the block there. And HLP will sub and bring Heikens back in with 7 seconds to go. Well, it's been kind of a wild final 30 seconds here. It's a 7-point lead for Harris Lake Park. Sohn looking for a screen. Gets it into the corner. 3 attempt. It goes for Bowles.
Wow.
And just like that, we have quite a ball game here at halftime. Harris Lake Park trails HMS 31-27.
And not too long ago, it was a 12-point lead for the Hawks. They were starting to get pretty comfortable, but how about Harris Lake Park staying within themselves? And they got some very nice shooting there at the end of the first half, and now they're back within just 2 scores.
31-27, HMS leads HLP. 3-minute timeout, halftime show next on Q102.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Northwest Bank is top-notch. You may be a one-time customer, you may be a lifetime customer, but they're always going to look out for you and take care of you.
Northwest Bank has the ability to help you do what you need to have done with your mortgage.
To me, probably the number one thing is their ability to get the job done.
Easy to work with, explain things very well, people that you trust and people that you see every day. That type of skill and knowledge sitting behind that desk when you're coming to sign those papers is very important.
I've always trusted Northwest Bank, and I definitely trust them with the biggest purchase we've ever made.
J. Cox Implement in Lake Park, your Case IH, Can-Am, Bobcat, Ferris, and Cub Cadet Mower headquarters of Northwest Iowa, is a proud supporter of Harris Lake Park sports. Come on in for a test drive. J. Cox Implement of Lake Park, in stock and ready to rock.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Farmers and ranchers take on so much risk. They have so many things out of their control. They want somebody to be there for them. They want the ability to take care of them when they're in need.
They see the value in what they're doing to rural agriculture. The support they have, the product they have, it's just first class. If you want to put it this way, I bleed green.
For C&B, we've always been about growth the right way. We got to be there with high integrity and have people know they can trust that we're behind them for the long term.
You paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome into our halftime show sponsored by Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. At halftime in our boys contest, HMS leads HLP 31-27. It was 16-11 HMS at the end of that first quarter, so it's stayed fairly even, although HMS had built that lead up to 12 at one point, only to see HLP knock in a couple of threes to make this a close game here at halftime, Mitch. Let's go through the stats. 7 for Cooper Ebel, 3 for Sam Hine, 5 for Bennett Hawk, a free throw for Kevin Jacobsma, 7 for Cale Jacobsma, 8 for Lance Behrens for the Hawks. I had them with 9 turnovers in the first half, shooting 42%, 10 for 24. 4, Harris Lake Park, 9 for Bubba Sohn, 13 for Brody Bowles, including 3 3-pointers. A 3-pointer as well for Tice Gunderson, and Colton Voss with 2 at half. 4 turnovers for the Wolves. I have them shooting 31% in the first half of our boys matchup. Earlier tonight, it was HLP falling to HMS in the girls' game 57-32. We do hope to chat with Coach Tessum and Coach Noska here at halftime, as we're going to have those girls' teams on Thursday. HLP on KUOO at George Little Rock, HMS here on Q102 at West Bend Mallard to start 1A Region 7 tournament play on Thursday. Thoughts on this boys' game, Tim? Or Mitch, sorry.
Well, first off, hopefully Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn can keep things rolling in their favor heading into Thursday for Harris Lake Park. Just keep building on it, and hey, never too late to get that first win on the year. But in this boys' game, I think at one point 28-14 the score was in favor of Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. They were really just playing it into their favor, as very, very similar to the first time these two teams met down in Hartley. But you got to like to see what you got in that late in that second quarter from Harris Lake Park.
Yeah.
Playing a little bit pesky on defense. They were starting to cause a little bit of a headache down underneath and forcing some turnovers, turning those into points, and perimeter shooting really starting to fall into place for Harris Lake Park, and at a very good time at the end of that first half as we saw some cold shooting in that first quarter. But saw some three-pointers from Bubba. We saw some from Tyson, Brody Bowles, but overall just good looks finally starting to fall for Harris Lake Park, and they're back within 4, and they're starting to take the size disadvantage a little bit into their favor, playing the game very fast. They're driving and also turning that into some nice layups, filling the lanes, but also turning out some good kickouts that we've seen as mentioned in that second quarter into those 3 shots.
We will open up boys tournament play. Actually, there'll be a handful of 1A teams that'll play on Friday this week. Neither of these two teams, George Little Rock's going to play Remsen St. Mary's. I'm talking 1A Sub-State 1 for boys basketball because we know those tournament pairings now. Winner of that's going to get the top seed in 1A Sub-State 1 in Remsen St. Mary's, or I should say the top seed in District 1 of Sub-State 1 is Remsen St. Mary's. Now also in District 1 of Sub-State 1 is Harris Lake Park. They'll take on South O'Brien. That's coming up on Monday. That'll be a game on KUOO, that boys matchup at South O'Brien, and we'll have that again on KUOO. Also, Newell Fonda gets MMCRU on Monday. HMS will host Trinity Christian next Monday. That'll be a game here on Q102 that we'll have. Now in class, or in District 2, rather, of Sub-State 1. The play-in game is Akron Westfield and Whiting. Winner gets the top seed in District 2 in Galen Catholic. Also in District 2, Kingsley Pearson taking on Siouxland Christian next Monday. Woodbury Central takes on Westwood. River Valley takes on Lawton Bronson. Eventually, District 2 champ will take on the District 1 champ. So pretty good-looking district there, and we wish both HLP and HMS luck, and we're looking forward to carrying those games on Monday. So also going to start 2A district play on Monday for boys basketball, and 2A Sub-State 2, I believe it is, will feature, if I can switch my sheets up here to the right page, will feature Okoboji and Emmetsburg playing next Monday. That'll be a Y100 game Monday night. All those games are at 7 o'clock. We're going to get HMS girls head basketball coach Lester Tessum here on our halftime show, sponsored by Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. Well, Coach, it was a nice one tonight for your girls, 57-32. And just, you're a little short-handed here this evening. Had some injuries, had some players that weren't able to play tonight, but I thought all in all you got a good team win here tonight.
Yeah, I thought our girls gave a real good team effort. Everybody was hustling, and our defense was pretty solid tonight.
I really thought a nice night for Lydia Harders. Again, she does such a nice job in the transition game for you.
Yeah, she gets the ball out in the open, and she would attack the basket. Got several of those buckets to go, and then on the free throw line had a good night.
Yeah, and Taya Mason also does a nice job for you. You can just tell that's a senior out there on the floor for you at times.
Yeah, Taya's one of our captains, one of our leaders. She's instrumental in the team making a run here and having things work.
It was nice to see Jasmine Lux come back into the game in the second half. Had a little bit of an ankle injury, it looked like there. Is she going to be okay from the looks of things, or knee injury?
Yeah, it was a thigh injury. Both girls, Elise Hawk and Jasmine, both had a knee to the thigh. We got them back on the floor. They got it loosened up. Not 100%, but they were able to go.
So let's talk about Thursday night. You go over to West Bend Mallard. You've seen West Bend Mallard earlier this year. Kind of what happened that first time around you guys played?
It was a three-point line that hurt us in that game. So we've got to do a better job of defending the three-point line coming up in the next game.
Do you like the fact that you've seen your opponent going into postseason, or are you one of those that's kind of like, I would rather see a clean slate?
No, I kind of like playing them. It gives you some things to work on, and memory and of what they did and how they played defense and stuff. I think for me, I like it.
Let's talk about West Bend Mallard. You mentioned they were good from the three-point line. What are some things that you're telling the girls as far as West Bend Mallard in preparation for that game on Thursday?
We really got to box out. They've got some a real good rebounding team, so boxing out will be a key in the game.
And before I let you go here, as you look back on this regular season, what have you been pleased with the most as far as this team in terms of the growth that you've seen this year?
I've been pleased with the most on just our effort, and growth would be handling the ball against pressure.
Best of luck on Thursday, Coach. We'll see you over in West Bend, okay?
Yep, thanks a lot.
You bet. Lester Tessum joining us here in our halftime show. Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate you coming up here. And we'll start the second half of our boys matchup now. HMS leading HLP 31-27. And again, we'll have girls basketball with HMS and HLP both playing on Thursday night. And here we go, HMS with the ball here to start the second half. They'll dish it down inside to Jacobsma. Spin move against the defense. And the shot will not fall for Cale Jacobsma, but he'll draw a foul. And that was one of the early keys, I thought, for HMS in that first half, with getting that ball down inside and using that size advantage. And Jacobsma will shoot a free throw here, and it is good. He now has 8 points tonight.
Yeah, for HMS, they really just got to keep playing into their key matchups, and that would be the post. Got to use their size to their advantage. For HLP, just keep doing what they're doing. They're doing a good job penetrating, seeing if they could fill a lane or also kick out to get some nice perimeter shooting, as they showed at the end of that first half.
That was good perimeter shooting there, and we're going to have a shove here. What are we going to have here? It'll be against Harris Lake Park, I believe, as they missed a shot, and then HMS came away with a rebound. And the foul on the rebound goes against Colton Voss. And that'll be 3 actually on him. Shot up no good for the Hawks on the other end. Wolves come away with the rebound. Sohn wants to run. Layup maybe partially blocked there. HMS will come away with the rebound. It's Sam Hine up ahead to Jacobsma. Back now to Hine. They'll go over to Ebel. 5-point lead for HMS, 32-27. 7:08 to go here, third quarter. Bounce pass down along the block to Behrens. The spin move. Keeps at it. Can't make the shot go that time around. Really pretty good defense by HLP. He just did not have a good look at it there. Bad angle. Gunderson now into the corner for Olsen. Back out to Bowles. Here's Gunderson. Finds Sohn left wing. Now back to Gunderson. HMS back in that 2-3 zone, it looks like. Well, maybe they're in a man-to-man, actually. Swinging things around. Voss down to the baseline to Bowles. Inside. Gunderson won't shoot it. Out to Bowles for 3. Off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound will go to HMS. Fell right into the hands of Jacobsma. Ebel to Hawk. Now back to Ebel. And kind of quiet here early going third quarter. Hawk puts it on the floor. Goes back to Ebel. Drives in left side. Good defense by the Wolves. Out to Hine for a 3 attempt. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Bowles. Back the other way comes Sohn. Wants to race with it. Dishes it off to Voss. Voss, layup won't go, but he's fouled. Free throws coming up. And that's all because Bubba Sohn drove in, got the defense to collapse, and got an open look for Colton Voss. He'll have some free throws here in a moment. First one on the way is going to fall in. It was off the back iron, just kind of hung there and then fell through. Foul on Sam Hine, his first, team foul number 1. Wolves with a couple fouls here early second half. Another free throw for the 6'2 junior Colton Voss. Bounces again off the back of the rim and falls through. HLP will bring Jaden Hodgel in for Voss. Lead down to 3. 6:01 to go, third quarter. And Ebel will bring it up. Goes to the right side. Now out to Behrens. Over to Hine for 3. Too strong. Over the backboard. It doesn't touch the backboard, though, so it's still a live basketball. HLP will get the rebound, though. It'll be Heiken securing it. Now into the front court to Bowles. Back out to Hodgel. Swinging around. Sohn shoots the NBA range 3 off the front of the rim. It'll go out of bounds. It should be last touched by Heikens. It is. And it will be Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn basketball. And they'll bring Jordan Ortega in for Sam Hine.
Well, HMS, they've been challenged to shoot the long ball here, but look at that inbound pass. Nice play that time by Bulls. Gunderson corralling in. It's Wolves basketball quickly.
And misses a 3 attempt, but you love the steal there. Yep. Wanting to run with it on the other end is Ebel. Loses the handle on it. Another turnover. 11th on HMS. And Bulls wants to run with Sohn on the other end. Misses the bunny, and Ortega can't quite hang on to the rebound. It'll be another opportunity for the Wolves. 32-29. HLP yet to make a shot from the floor here in the second half. They'll dish it out. Hodgel drives left lane. Here's an open shot for Sohn. Rolls around the rim, no good. Rebound. It will be a jump ball, and HLP and Ortega will fight for it. Actually, it was Hodgel that had the position. Ortega kind of got a hand in there, and another opportunity here for the Wolves. 0 for 7 to start the second half, though, shooting. Sohn will inbound.
Yeah, I think both these teams still looking for their first bucket in the second half, but Harris Lake Park doing a good job giving themselves opportunities. They're not allowing HMS to penetrate so far.
Still only
in this second half.
Only a 3-point game here.
Yeah, neither team really able to corral ahead. And look at that great play. Bulls getting a hand on it, but a little bit too excessive, and he'll be drawn the foul. That's
his first, I believe.
Yep, his first.
Yep. Free throws coming up for Cale Jacobs. Barons dished it down inside, but Bulls got back underneath, but drew the foul, and now here's Jacobsma from the line. And he makes the first. So that puts the lead back at 4. We'll say thank you to some more of our outstanding sports sponsors. They include the likes of Fiesta Foods and Prinz Insurance. Second free throw is also good for Cale Jacobsma. Now 4 for 5 at the line tonight. Puts the lead back to 5 at 34-29. Hodgel to Sohn. Sohn back out to Hodgel. He'll shoot the 3. No. And a rebound goes to HMS.
Good kick out, a nice position there. Just off the mark. Didn't quite get the feed in. Here's a nice look for HMS.
That time they just forced it into Barons. That's actually the first shot to go from the floor for either team's second half. Hodgel on the baseline. Now finds Sohn. Can't make the bunny. Rebound goes to HMS. Wow, it has been a cold shooting third quarter. Now here's Jacobsma for 3. The big fella makes it. Cale Jacobsma with his first tray of the night. And it's now back up to a 10-point lead just like that.
A little bit of breathing room with the Hawks finally starting to get the wheels turning again offensively. And there's a tough travel call underneath.
Yeah.
HLP with a good look, but once again, just couldn't capitalize on a good look.
Yeah, Heikens had a good look at it, but I think he anticipated that defense collapsing a little too much, and they'll call him for the travel.
Got another close game over on KUOO. Spirit Lake trying to take one back from Western Christian. They lead 32-30 at halftime.
Good game there. 10-point lead here. Jacobsma will shoot another 3, and it goes down again. Cale Jacobsma having a great night for HMS, and that gets Coach Sohn off the bench for a timeout. 42-29. HMS has extended that lead to their largest of the game at 13 on HLP. 3:33 to go here, third quarter. We are back in 30 seconds on KUOO and ExploreKaboji.com.
It means to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
Well, HMS has extended the lead on Harris Lake Park to 42-29, and why, Mitch? Because HLP hasn't made a shot in the second half. They're 0 for 10. HMS hasn't been a whole lot better. They're 3 for 8, but they've hit a couple of deep threes here in the last minute, and that's opened this thing up a little bit. Here's a 3 on the other end. It's off the rim, won't go. And I like the looks for HLP, but they just can't get the shots to fall.
Absolutely. This is looking pretty similar to the first quarter. But on the flip side, HLP, they're doing a good job forcing HMS outside. Not the matchup they've been looking for. They want to play that game close and physical in the post, but hey, it's only a matter of time before those threes are starting to heat up, and that's exactly what HMS is doing offensively, is heating up in this third quarter.
Yeah, Ebel that time draws another foul on Heikens. That'll be his fourth, so to the line goes Cooper Ebel, and he'll miss his first free throw of the night. He's now 5 for 6. HMS as a team shoots free throws 61% of the time. HLP 56% of the time, as Cale Jacobsma will be relieved by brother Kevin Jacobsma, and that second free throw will go for Cooper Ebel. And the lead is 14, 43-29. If even a third of those shots had gone down for the Wolves, this is still a real manageable ball game here. They'll bring in Hellinga, now to Sohn, and they are good looks. I mean, I will say that. They've done a good job of getting open looks.
But hey, don't count them out just yet. They already erased, I want to say, a 14-point lead earlier tonight.
Just drew a blocking foul there. They're going to get Ortega, I believe, with his first. Team foul number 2 for HMS. Wolves have 4 fouls here in the second half. 2:52 to go, third quarter. And Ortega comes away with a steal there. 43-29. Here's Behrens. Now up top, Ebel. They'll go to Ortega at the wing. Back out to Kevin Jacobsma. Now Cooper Ebel. Back over to Ortega. Open three. And gets it to go. And now everything's falling for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, as they've stretched that lead to 46-29.
And hey, they started off this third quarter struggling to get one to shoot, and finally Sohn to answer. He will.
Yes, finally a shot falls for Harris Lake Park this second half. Cuts the lead back down to 14. Still 2 minutes to go, third quarter. A lot of time here. On the other end, open three attempt for Hine. He answers. Don't want to leave him open. HMS 5 for 10 here in the third quarter.
Out of nowhere, the Hawks are really starting to heat up shooting the three ball in this third quarter. They got a lot of separation now, 49-32.
Sohn puts it on the floor, now hands it off to Gunderson. They'll go to the right wing. Bowles dribbles along the baseline, around the trees. Can't get the layup, but he's fouled. Free throws coming up. Good drive by the 6-foot senior, Brody Bowles.
If you're HLP, you don't want to give them too much space underneath either, because I think that's what Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn is most comfortable, is in the post, but it's easier said than done when they can just start getting those kickouts and turning those into some long shots. And
in and out, no good that time for Bowles. And HMS will bring Cale Jacobsma back in. This time he'll give Behrens a breather. So another free throw here for Bowles, and HLP could really use this one to go. And it does. So that cuts the lead down to 16, 49-33. Minute 38 to go here, third quarter. Still a lot of time in this one. And Wolves are going to show a little more pressure. HMS will toss it over to Jacobsma for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound will go to HLP. Back the other way, driving in. Bowles, shot up. No. We're going to say offensive foul. I'm going to say release that elbow a little bit. That'll be 2 on Brody Bowles. And a turnover to go with it. Team foul number 5. Still a 16-point game. Minute 15 to go here, third quarter. Here's Cale Jacobsma. Back out to Ebel. Ebel. Back over to Cale. Shot from the baseline. Goes for Cale Jacobsma. He's had one of the hot hands tonight for HMS. Now the largest lead of the game at 18. Sohn around the defense. Can't get the bunny to go. Man, nothing will fall for HLP. Hawks back the other way. Ebel and Kevin Jacobsma can't quite hang on to it, but Ortega picks up the loose ball. Now here's Cale Jacobsma for another three off the front of the rim. No good. And the rebound will go to Bowles, and then they're going to say double dribble on the other end. Ball kind of, I think he dribbled it off of his foot, and then he had to kind of catch it. And official was right there.
Yeah, Harris Lake Park, they just have not had much luck this third quarter. You see them shooting the three ball that time. Past 2 possessions, Sohn and Bowles driving, and coming up empty-handed.
1 for 15 in the third quarter. 51-33, 27 seconds to go in the quarter. HMS tries to force one inside, and HLP comes up with a steal. Now up ahead to Hempel, who's into the game. Caleb Hempel for the first time. Driving in as well is Mason Olson. And Olson, reverse layup is good.
He just sidestepped traffic along the baseline, and how do you like that? Nice
6
play.
seconds to go here in the quarter. Hawks will get it over to Hine for three. No. Rebound will go to HMS. That's the end of the quarter. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, though, has built a little breathing room, mostly thanks to cold shooting by HLP and hot shooting of their own. 51-35. The Hawks have the lead as we go to the fourth quarter in a minute on Q102 and ExploreKaboji.com.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
What is it?
We've played 3 quarters in our boys matchup here this evening. And Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads Harris Lake Park 51-35. They've led by as much as 18. I'm Jason Jacobs. Mitch Kieran with me as well, running the video stream at ExploreKaboji.com. 3-pointer to start. The fourth quarter won't fall for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. It'll be out of bounds. HLP couldn't quite secure the rebound. Want to say thanks as well to Kenny Burrow back in the studios on Q102, doing a great job. Radio and video stream tonight. We appreciate all of our great sports sponsors as well. Behrens to Hine. Back out to Behrens. He'll drive into the lane, loses the handle on it, somehow keeps a hold of it. And what are we going to have here? We're going to have a shove underneath. It'll go against HLP. And they're going to get, is it Hykins? Will that be it for him? Yes. Hykins is going to foul out tonight for Harris Lake Park, so they will have to bring somebody new into the ball game.
Well, they got Hykins fouling out, or he should be.
Yeah, that is 5.
On the scoreboard, that would be his 5th foul, but with that, you take him out off the court.
So they're going to bring, they're going to bring Voss in here.
And I tell you, Harris Lake Park cold shooting that third quarter, and their window is closing fast here.
Yeah.
They were only trailing by 4, just a 2-score game at halftime.
And it was down to 3 at one point, too.
Yes, just a big difference maker and just clutch shooting for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, and they got themselves a comfortable lead. But, hey, don't count the Wolves out yet. They had themselves a big second quarter, and they could turn the tide quickly.
Well, and they can hit the threes. They're getting the open looks. And HMS will have a double dribble here. Turnover number 13 on the Hawks. The Wolves have gotten the Hawks into enough turnovers, that even though they have the size disadvantage, they've had the open looks at the threes. But here again, 2 for 16 in that third quarter. That just doesn't get it done, Mitch, a lot of nights. They're going to have to find some shooting here, and they're going to go to Sohn, over to Bowles. Now they'll put it on the floor to Voss. And they're going to say he travels. They shuffled the feet or slid the foot a little bit there, and that'll be turnover number 9 on HLP.
Might have shuffled that non-pivot foot.
51-35, HMS with the lead. 7 minutes to go here in this boys matchup. To Ben Hawk. Behrens over to Hine. Down inside. Layup will go for Hawk. Great passing by HMS.
HLP, they at least did a good job boxing them out in the post in that third quarter, and finally you see them working underneath again. Now they're trying to compensate for the perimeter shooting that has really been heating up for HMS.
That's a missed shot there for HLP. Hawks come away with the rebounds. They got it underneath, but the trees were there once again. And HMS, they're going to enjoy this height for a while here, even though they're going to graduate some of these kids. They force a pass there and another turnover. And now the ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by HLP, so a couple of back-to-back turnovers. But they're going to have trees for a while, mainly because of 45, Lance Behrens. That's going to give him good height. Kevin Jacobsma, 6'5 sophomore, that's going to come back.
At 6'2", also very quick. You got Cooper Ebel at guard, so he provides great size.
6'2 guards, that's not necessarily always something you have. Foul on Harris Lake Park. And it will be the second on Tice Gunderson, team foul number 7. So 1-and-1 free throw here for Ben Hawk. It was a foul on the floor and makes the first free throw. We'll say thanks to some more of our great sponsors. They include Hartley Hometown Pharmacy, also MHR Insurance, Northwest Bank, the Hut Bar and Grill, and Consumers Lumber Company. Second free throw coming up is good for Ben Hawk. And the lead is now 20 for HMS, 55-35. Just over 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Bowles to Sohn. Sohn puts it on the floor. In the paint, dishes it out. Open three attempt on the way. It won't go for Mason Olson. Offensive rebound. Voss put back, won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot some free throws here in a moment.
You really just can't say enough how good some of these looks have been for HLP. They played it perfectly that time. The drive in, the kick out. Three doesn't go, even the putback, and hopefully Voss can buy some of these points back.
It does not on the first one. We'll say thanks to a few more of our sponsors. They include Heartland Paint Glass and Locksmithing, State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman, Savings Bank of Lake Park, and Jay Cox Implement. Second free throw, no good. HMS with the rebound. Ebel into the front court. Now over to Hawk. To Jacobsma, swings it into the corner high. Now back out to Ebel. Reset the offense. Hine at the wing. Goes back out to Jacobsma. They're trying to feed it inside to Behrens, but they're going to have a travel there. Hine took off before he put the ball on the floor. Still a 20-point lead, 5:39 to go in this one. So Sohn brings it up. Bounce pass to Eli Robinson, who's into the game. Now back to Sohn. Puts it on the floor to the baseline. Tough shot. Won't go. And a rebound will go to who? Loose ball on the floor picked up by HMS, and then a foul. And they're going to get Sohn. That might have been a frustration foul more than anything. Just got him on the arm there. And it's 1-and-1 as that's the 8th team foul. Second foul on Sohn. And a free throw here coming up. At least one for Sam Hine. As we mentioned, these boys teams will open up tournament play on Monday. Games we'll have on our family of stations. First free throw, good for Sam Hine. Harris Lake Park at South O'Brien Monday. That'll be on KUOO, 7 o'clock start. HMS hosting Trinity Christian Monday on Q102, also a 7 o'clock start. Hine, second free throw off the front of the rim. Rebound will go to HMS. Mason Brinkman passes down inside. Jacobsma can't get the bunny to go, and the rebound goes to Harris Lake Park. Gunderson back into the game, now out to Sohn. He'll reset the offense. 5 minutes to go in this one. Goes to the wing, Robinson. Now swings it over, Sohn. Up top, Gunderson will shoot a three. That one will go. Second tray of the night for Tice Gunderson. And the lead is 56-38 HMS. 4:47 to go. Ebel to Brinkman, loses the handle on it. And it's Sohn stealing it away, and the layup will go on the other end for Brody Sohn.
A couple of quick plays and scores right there for Harris Lake Park. That time Sohn on the turnover and the fast break. Good job. They still got a lot of work to do, so just keep the pace up.
Well, HMS will help them there as they throw it off the foot of Behrens. And it's a 56-40 lead for HMS with 4:25 to go in this one. But you just get the feeling that if HLP gets a 3 or something, even 2 here, it might give them some renewed life. Sohn, guarded closely by Ebel, back out to Gunderson. Swing over to Robinson, drives into the paint. Dishes it out, Gunderson. Now Bowles. He'll shoot a contested 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound will go to HMS. Ebel wants to run with it. Now we'll slow it down at the wing. And goes back out to Jacobsma. Up top to Brinkman. To Hine, left wing. Now free throw line. Behrens drives the right side. Kicks it back out. Brinkman will shoot a three off the front of the rim. No good. He'll get his own rebound. Now hands it over to Behrens inside the paint. And the shot will fall in for Lance Behrens. On the other end, Sohn wants to run with it. Dishes it out. Robinson for three. That's off the mark. Rebound will go to Harris Lake Park. Voss has it off the glass. Good. HLP answers. 58-42 HMS. 3:12 to play. And ball poked away.
After three in the Lakes Conference, Spirit Lake still leading Western Christian 47-40.
Okay.
For HLP, still just chipping away here, playing scrappy. Just got to at least win this quarter against a very well put together HMS team.
And here's Ebel to Hine. Now to Jacobsma. Goes over to Ebel for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. And a rebound goes to HLP. Yeah, HMS, 500 record. They have competed against the good teams of the War Eagle. This is a miss, Bunny, but a putback attempt again, good for Voss. They've competed against the really good teams in this conference. Haven't picked up maybe that signature win that they would like. And this is a nice drive to the lane by Hine, but the shot blocked out of bounds. He will be fouled. Free throws coming up. So 2 free throws coming up for Sam Hine.
For HMS.
They competed with Remsen St. Mary's, Galen, who's ranked. But free throw here for Hine, no good. He'll get another one in a moment. Now, they competed against those really good teams, but just haven't found a way to maybe get that signature win. But you can tell they've got the pieces to really do something here.
Well, you mentioned who they got back next year, but even with the seniors in that lineup, you see how well they're playing tonight, including Kale Jacobs, 18 points right now. Yeah, they have all the tools to even make a nice postseason push starting Monday against Trinity Christian.
59-44. Second free throw was good there for Hine. Wolves on the other end. This is Mason Olson into the corner. Hodgel finds a cutting Robinson. Or check that's Hellinga underneath. And they say he traveled. Yeah, took an extra step.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the Wolves fans are a little frustrated and don't like it. But, yeah, it was either a push or a walk. Either way, there was a step made. And HMS will come away with it after the turnover. They're going to try to dish it inside Jacobsma, and we're going to have a foul here on the arm. And they're going to get Sohn on the arm, and yeah, that was definitely all the way, his third. So free throws, it'll be 2 of them here for Cale Jacobsma. Yeah, you mentioned the good night he's had, and he's really come on as a senior for this HMS team, as I just jinxed him off the back iron. But a 15-point lead, I don't think he'll be too upset with 2:12 to go in this one. Another free throw coming up for Cale Jacobsma. That one also no good, but an offensive rebound for Hawk. Ben Hawk chases it down. Now he thinks about a three, drives into the paint, dishes it down to Behrens. Off the glass is good. Great pass. Behrens lays another one in. Lead back to 17. 1:55 to go. Hodgel, right wing, drives along the baseline, travels. Got a little too far underneath with those trees, and that will happen at times as HLP will bring Voss back in.
A lot of travel calls and leading into some turnovers and foul plays. You can just tell HLP just trying to do too much under 2 minutes to go, and the mistakes are starting to pile on a little bit here, and they're starting to press a little mentally.
That's a nice feed. Unable to make the shot there is Jacobsma. Wolves give him credit there, contesting it. They come away with a rebound. Cameron Larson into the game for the first time tonight. In the paint, shot is up, no good for Voss. What do we got here? Foul against HLP on the rebound. And I think they're going to get, Colton Voss with his 4th. So it'll automatically be 2 free throws here for Lance Behrens. Minute 26 to go in this one, 61-44. HMS with the lead. HMS will try to improve to 12-9. And with that win, they would secure an above 500 season. We're going to check a new player in here. Was that 5 on him, maybe? Yes, it was 5 on Voss. I had missed a foul earlier, and obviously he must have been the one. So Behrens is 2 for 5 at the line. This is maybe one area that he would like to see better tonight, and misses that one as well. Big guy for HMS, handles the ball real well. Is a 64% free throw shooter. Another one coming up. That one a little too strong as well. Rebound will go to HLP. Cameron Larson over to Gunderson for 3. Got it to go. And we'll have a timeout here by HLP coach Jeff Sohn. A full timeout to chat things over with 1:16 to go in the ballgame. 61-47. HMS has the lead. Back in 30 seconds on Q102 and ExploreOkoboji.com.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our...
We welcome you back to Lake Park. We have 1:16 to go here in our boys game. HMS leads Harris Lake Park by 14. Jason Jacobs with Mitchell Kieran. Thanks to Kenny back in the studios. Thanks to all of our great sports sponsors for making the broadcast possible on 102.1 and also the video stream via ExploreKabochi.com. And HMS will turn it over here. I want to say thanks to a few more of our great sponsors. They include the likes of Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman, United Community Bank, IGL Teleconnect, and Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons. HMS will bring some new players into the ball game here. Mason Brinkman back in. HMS also brings in Wyatt Borden for the first time tonight. And Brenton Thomas, and that's a missed shot there for HLP. Back the other way comes the Wolves. Brinkman, thought he had Borden there and wasn't quite ready for the pass. Kevin Jacobs back in for the Hawks, as is Travis Camrat. For the Wolves, Mason Olson back in, Cameron Larson, Jaden Hodgel, Hellinga back into the game, and for the first time tonight, or second time tonight, Caleb Hempel. There's Larson to Hempel. 33 seconds to go. Hodgel drives into the paint, loses the handle on it, picked up by Hellinga. Shot up, no, and the rebound will go to HMS. 24 seconds to go in this one. Brinkman back the other way. 20 seconds to go. Borden. They'll try to dish it down inside. Jacobsmo will come up with it, and Keevan will be fouled. Free throws coming up with 12 seconds on the clock. And I think they will get Carson Hellinga with his second. Comes a free throw for Keevan Jacobsmo. 1 for 2 so far tonight, and that one will fall through. Thanks again to Bank Midwest for your sponsorship. Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. Lakes Regional Healthcare and the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. Post-game show coming up here shortly. And that one is no good. Rebound to HLP. Into the front court, Hodgel. Back out to Hellinga. 3 seconds. Shot is on the way, and it goes for number 4, Caleb Hempel at the buzzer. The final in this one, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn 62, Harris Lake Park 50. HMS 12-9 on the year. They'll finish at 500 in the War Eagle Conference at 5-5. HLP falls to 7-12, 3-7 in conference play. 3-minute timeout. Post-game show on the way with Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. We'll wrap things up next on Q102 and the video stream at ExploreKabochi.com.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
What does it mean to be on a team? It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest, member FDIC.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
To heavy jobs and major projects, turn to the pros at Raveling Incorporated in Melvin. They have powerful hydraulic cranes to give you the lift you need, with cranes from 30 to 300 tons with 320-foot tip height. Raveling also has forklifts, industrial and heavy equipment movers with specialized trailers. Call 712-736-2596 for service in Esterville, Emmitsburg, Algona, Spencer, and Storm Lake areas. Call Rick at 712-209-0190. Raveling Incorporated, serving the area for 41 years, Melvin, Iowa.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Like the final in this one, HMS defeats Harris Lake Park 62-50. Hawks led 16-11 after one quarter. Wolves kept it close, even though there was a big lead early second quarter for HMS. Pulled it to 31-27. They got as close as 3 in the third quarter, Mitch. Then HMS went on a run, 51-35 Hawks after 3. They win 62-50. For tonight, HMS got 8 out of Cooper Ebel, 8 out of Sam Hine, 9 out of Ben Hawk. Also 3 out of Jordan Ortega tonight, 2 out of Kevin Jacobsma, 18 out of Cale Jacobsma, 14 out of Lance Behrens. The Hawks are 12-9, 5-5 is where they finish in War Eagle Conference play. We're joined by HMS boys head basketball coach Mark Peterson on our post-game show. And coach, another good performance by your guys here this evening. Had a little adversity. HLP hung around, but you stuck with your game plan and it worked tonight.
Yeah, second half we played much better. First half we kind of got away from who we are. Played a little bit too much individual basketball in the first half. But second half, much, much better. We were patient on offense, got the shots we wanted. You're patient and you try to get it down inside. Those catch and shoot opportunities really open up for you on the perimeter. And second half, we were able to do that and pull away a little bit.
Yeah, and it's really nice when even your big guys can occasionally knock down some of those threes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's huge. And we got 3 of them that can do it.
Let's talk a little bit about the improvement over the year for Cale Jacobsma. This is a kid who was coming off the bench to start the year and has really become a nice presence for you here second half of the season.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Kid works so hard. to make himself better and just do the little things. He's a big body. You have that 6'5", 230-pound kid in there, and he's, it's kind of like the immovable object. He does a nice job defensively. He gets his hand in the face of shooters and alters shots, and he's been doing a great job rebounding and scoring for us when we need it.
And I thought your guards did a good job tonight as well of handling HLP's pressure, because you knew they were going to put the press on a good chunk of the game if they could.
Yep, and we knew that. And they do a nice job with that pressure, and we were able to respond and do some good things with that.
Talk a little bit about the upcoming schedule. Obviously, you'll get to enter tournament play. You get a team that you've seen a couple of times in Trinity Christian, and I know you've won both of those first two matchups. But this has always been kind of a tricky matchup with you and Trinity Christian.
Yeah, there's never an easy night in this conference. There is no off nights. You can't take anybody for granted, because on any given night in this conference, somebody's going to surprise somebody. And we got 3 days to prepare. We got some things we got to work on, most definitely, but we're going to do what we can to get better tomorrow and get ready for next week Monday.
Enjoy this one here tonight, Coach. Congratulations on a nice win here this evening.
All right, thanks, Jason.
Thanks so much, Mark. Really appreciate it. Mark Peterson joining us here on our post-game show from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. We're going to flip the script here in just a moment and bring in HLP boys head basketball coach Jeff Sohn. HLP tonight, Bubba Sohn 14, Brody Bowles 14, Tice Gunderson 9 tonight, 8 for Colton Voss, 2 for Mason Olson, 3 for Caleb Hempel this evening for the Wolves. Coach Sohn, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the post-game show. I thought your team did a great job of hanging around against a team that you really give up a lot of size to, but at the end of the day, the shot just wouldn't fall in that third quarter.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, that was basically the X factor. Their size really, kind of intimidated us a little bit inside whenever we get in there, and we just struggled to finish. And then we just didn't make some shots in that stretch in the third, and they were able to extend the lead. And that was, ultimately the difference. But our guys hung around, they battled, and it was a heck of a lot better performance than the last time we played them, that's for sure.
I was going to say that, you were really in this ball game the whole time around this time around, and, even when the shots weren't falling, the good thing that I thought was that you are getting really good looks, and you're moving the ball really well as a team.
Yes, we have done a better job of that, of sharing the basketball and making the extra pass and kicking it out when we need to. It's something we're really going to have to do a great job of against South O'Brien on, next Monday, because they'll be just as good defensively as what HMS is, and they got about the similar size. So, and this will be a good game for us as far as prepping us for South O'Brien, I think, because they're very similar.
Yeah, ultimately, I think when you can put 50 points on the board up against a team that you give up with that much size, you like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you're putting up points against a really good team in a really good conference.
And I thought our guys really battled down low, giving up size. We were, they're bigger and they're stronger than us, for the most part. And we did a nice job. We did a better job on the help side and little things like that, which, we've been stressing. So hopefully we can, have, like I heard, Mark saying, have some good practice here, this week, and then have a solid performance against GTR going into the tournaments.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about GTRA. You get to see your old buddy on Friday night. It's always been a fun matchup between your two schools, a couple of old Corn Belt Conference rivals that get to go at it here again, and a team that I think is kind of in a similar boat to you, actually, on some levels.
Yeah, record-wise, we're very similar. They're like us, too. They're more guard-oriented. They got, some young Huffs that are solid players. Max is really good. He kind of, gets them going, but it should be fun. It's always good to see Huffy, and at least we don't have to. Well, I wouldn't mind going to Grettinger now with it since they have a decent gym.
Beautiful
it's been
new gym over there.
100 years of playing in I can't say it on the radio, but wasn't nice. But now they got the nicest gym around. So for a 1A school, as far as I'm concerned, so it would be nice to actually go there this year.
Well, very good. Good luck on Friday, and then we'll see you on Monday in tournament play down at South O'Brien. Okay?
Sounds good. Bring us some luck.
All right. Thanks so much, Jeff. Always appreciate it. Always good to see you. Jeff Sohn, HLP boys head basketball coach. We appreciate him and Mark Peterson joining us here in the post-game show. There's a couple of guys who have a lot of respect for each other, Mitch. You can tell that. And, they're two schools, more times than not, they understand and have to feel the brunt of this conference. Going into Sioux County, going into these, places like Remsen St. Mary's, where they just seem to breed these athletes that come out of nowhere, and every year they reload. And but you know what? Last year, HLP surprised a Newell Fonda team with several more wins than they had in the tournament. And these are two teams that they can get it done if they want to in the tournament.
Well, hey, these schools aren't the biggest, but the level of competition is still there. We had ourselves a fierce matchup tonight. Both these teams getting on a couple of hot streaks there. The fact that first quarter belonged to HMS. HLP climbed back within just a couple of scores. They finished really hot at the end of the first half, back within 3 points at one point. But again, just the shooting just went completely lopsided in that third quarter, and the window just closed a little too late for HLP before they can climb back into this one. But again, still a lot of positive notes on both sides, and I think we were pretty pleased to see that both of those positives come out tonight for both the teams.
Yeah, so again, these boys teams will start their tournament play on Monday, and we'll have those games. HLP will be on KUOO, HMS will be on Q102 on Monday, and it'll be the same situation for the stations on Thursday. HLP girls will be at George Little Rock on KUOO Thursday, and HMS girls at West Bend Mallard here on Q102 Thursday. HMS won that girls game tonight 57-32. They win the boys game tonight 62-50. It's always fun, Mitch. Well, maybe I'll catch you here throughout the tournament trail, and if not, it's been a lot of fun again this year. So.
Absolutely. I'm not sure where this leaves us with a video broadcast.
I think this might be the final one of the this winter season. So we don't get to just do video broadcasts in the postseason. That's a state rules thing. And so
I was about to say, either way, we're about to see some great basketball and also wrestling on our family of stations. As always, like you said, JJ, a lot of fun on the broadcast with you. And yeah, be sure to keep up to date because we're very excited for the matchups we got coming up.
Thanks again as well to Kenny back in the studios, all of our great sports sponsors. Most importantly, thanks to you for listening and watching at home. For Mitch Kieran, I'm Jason Jacobs. Good night from Lake Park.